cloud.
I got you. Welcome to Open Minds. This ain't Open Minds. We're just presenting chaos magic with the Magus Gustav Sallas. So it is with my greatest of honor and blessings that Monday nights we have a new home in this space for all. Magus, if you'd like to intro us into this show, I'd appreciate it.
Greetings, fellow poets. This is Chaos Magic featuring the Magus as host. I am delighted to have you with us. We're going to go through a few ground rules really quickly. No hate speech will be tolerated. Other than that, it is do as thou will shall be the whole of the law. You have 3 to 5 minutes to perform. I am asking poets, if possible, could you present one of your own original works and a cover poem by a poet or a song that you love very much? Now, this is not required. So I encourage you again, do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. But if you can, I think it's interesting to mix it up, to give other poets a shout out, and we'll see what happens. Shall we get on with the list? Thomas, let's do it. Wesley, I'm going to ask you to unmute, and would you please bless us with some words?
Thank you. It's great to be here. Can you all hear me? I'm going to take that as a yes. Right.
Yes.
Okay. This is from my poetry collection that came out last May. It's called Street Corner Spirits. And yeah, great to kick things off. The city sounds like an ocean as cars cut the inky night and street lamps dance underwater. Orange windows full of sleeping skulls sway in the haloed Chicago sky. 10 years ago, we were just kids pretending to be grown up. We spent neon evenings burning chemicals through the forehead. I could barely stand myself, naked, slumped, giggling in the corner, holding back insecurity. We hid together, broke, dreaming of wild years to come. We cruised the expressway, looking for what would be our has-been nights. We crouched in murky rooms, drinking away humidity and toasting rain. We fell in love, but didn't tell each other because we were too cool. We screamed and yawned at those who dared to play it safe, who dared to waste their lives by building them. I spent forever contemplating eternity, and each moment trying to black out. I've wasted my life trying to find the meaning of life. Now I drown in layers of irony and contradiction. You sucked the fire out of my belly, and I gave you the salt of the earth. Your diamond chin slept in my thighs, and we had the same dream that night. I cried all over you like a baby breastfeeding. You still think there's a future, and no matter how much I drink, I still have all the memories. Even now, a bottle is being rubbed like a genie lamp after I awake, long after midnight. Nothing has changed, but everything is different. Another lost night finding only myself. We always knew it would end ugly like this, but we're still surprised. This city incubates our madness. These streets have the ghosts of our former selves on each corner, waiting for a bus, hailing a cab, kissing goodbye, not knowing it's our last time, eating a meal with something on your mind. We've become our real selves and no longer care about the novelty of whatever our real selves might look like. We're not going to die before we're 30 anymore. We're there. Got to think of something more to do. We survived. We're free. And we're not afraid of anything. There's that.
Woohoo! Wesley, so good to meet you. I am so pleased you came. please, can you bless us with another poem or a cover poem, if you will?
Yeah, I was gonna keep it short, but yeah, if you want to cover, I got one here. I hosted an open mic in Chicago at the Gallery Cabaret, and I did this one last month. Um, it's a Bob Kaufman poem, and Bob Kaufman's a beat poet who's really finally getting his dues right now. I think he was way ahead of his time. So anyway, this is called Unholy Missions. I want to be buried in an anonymous crater inside the moon. I want to build miniature golf courses on all the stars. I want to prove that Atlantis was a summer resort for cavemen. I want to prove that Los Angeles is a practical joke played on us by superior beings on a humorous planet. I want to expose heaven as an exclusive sanitarium filled with rich psychopaths who think they can fly. I want to show that the Bible was sterilized in a Roman children's magazine. I want to prove that the sun was born when God fell asleep with a lit cigarette, tired after a hard night of judging. I want to prove once and for all that I am not crazy. All right.
Wow. Would you do me a big favor and the rest of us and put the name of that poet and his book in the chat so that everyone can have the opportunity to get his book? I am strong on community here at Chaos Magic. I believe in promoting other poets and their work. So tonight I'm going to be strongly promoting Ray Jane's new book, Black Like That, which I just got from Ray Jane, The Inimitable Thunderlung. And once again, I'm going to promote Emily Cortis's Queen of Swords. She's here tonight. You're going to hear just how fantastic a poet she is. So let's move along to our next poet, and that is I already moved. I am already chaotic.
The
Diane
beautiful
Murray Ward.
Miss Diane Murray.
Diane Murray Ward. Yes, indeed.
Oh my God.
Unmute
Well,
yourself and
thank you so
please.
much.
Yes, bless us with your words,
Thank you so
Diane.
much. It's an honor. It is an honor. Congratulations. Congratulations. Wonderful to see all of you. And guess what? I am going to read one piece from Ray Jane, Black Like That. We didn't set this up. He just knows I always read other poets. And I will read something that I've written. But first, we're going to start with Thunderlung. What music do your bones hold? These bones vibrate, slapping a line of white ivories on card table. They shake, lovers of booming bass, bellowing forever like the shape of 808, like the dope boys rolling slow down the block. Rhythms heating concrete provide music sheets. You can hear these bones coming rumbling, hood symphonies. Old heads become slowly bopping gray domes, offering quick glimpses of respect, recognizing similar cadence in my joints. Twisting in and out of 4/4 tempos, the realness rising up out my drop top over windows rolled down by hand, earning its breeze. It be funkified, fried, dyed, and blow dried, but still rocking freshly crisped curlers in the melodies of hair salon, spilling tea behind me. It's summertime, and it's summertime, and the music is immortal symphonies aging gracefully in my marrow. Ray Jane, Poems from a Conduit, Black Like That.
Ray J.
And this is my
That
work.
was
That is in
beautiful.
American Graveyard. Thank you. American Graveyard. This is an anthology, Calls to End Gun Violence, published Red and Green Books, Marissa Prada. And this is what I submitted. It's called Shivers. I am confined. I feel prejudiced against. I feel used. I feel mislabeled. I am mortified. I feel as if I haven't a voice or a say in some of the actions I am forced to perpetuate. There are those like me that look like me who feel misjudged. Our voices, our thoughts, with spokespersons who never asked us our opinion or side of these issues. Why? Because we are only a tool, an object, color hardened by design. You'll use me and I'll cry. You'll die and I won't cry. Well, maybe selfishly. I am despised, propelled against my will. My targets, I hear, sigh. I cannot deny how much pain and suffering I inflict. I'm sickened that I even exist. I can only move when attended. I rely upon others for everything I do, my grooming, where I go, who I interface with. My actions are scripted. I have supportive advocates. I am revered and worshipped. I am international. I had humble beginnings, as with most of our shared histories. I can be whored for trouble and pretend I'm for peace. Sometimes I amuse myself into believing that I keep harmony and provide an equal footing through the violence I am capable of inflicting as a last resort. In full disclosure, however, sometimes I'm the inciter, initiator, the taunter, the elicitor, the darer, the causer, the promoter. Humbled by your need for me, I, as I stated, can only move when attended. I never act alone. I rely upon others for every move I make. I am channeled into a tunnel whose daylight nightlight starts with a click, stages into a whistling breeze, then dulls upon impact. An impact I never know ahead of time, slowing me down, an impact I did not choose, an impact I supplemented without choice because I have no say in my use. I conform without a will of my own. To some, I am attractive in my sleek design, upgrades, ability to devastate you. My presence is unforgettable. I leave marks, cause cavernous spaces. I am not heroic silver, but as every bullet knows, we cause shivers. DMW. Thank you.
That was incredible. I have heard Shivers a number of times now, and it never fails to bring me shivers. It is so delightful to hear you read from Ray Jane's new book, which is fabulous, which again, I will promote. Black Like That, Black Like That, get this book. And also, again, American Graveyard from Marissa Prada's Red or Green Books, spectacular work from just so many great poets. A Call to End Gun Violence, so important. Thank you so much, Diane, for coming. Thank you for reading. We love you. We are so happy to have you. Jane, spoken word, are you going to bless us with some words tonight?
I'm ready. All right. So the first piece I'm going to do is a piece called The Skin I'm In, and it's by Larry Blackmon, who was in Cameo. Who is this face in the mirror that I see? Sometimes confused by the double standards of society. And maybe I'm wrong about the way I feel, but then will somebody tell me what is really real? Now I respect myself, and I respect you too, but in the end it's got to be, do unto me as I do to you. Now I try to tell you it's time, separate the wants from our desires, separate the truth from the lie, to live like people so inspired. A peaceful world just out to see, basic respect, humanity, and at one time seemed to be, we could live together peacefully. If we have truth, we can survive. And for that, our forefathers have died. It should be immoral or a sin if it's according to the skin I'm in, the skin I'm in. Tell me how many times can I adjust my attitude to reach and touch the sky? Basic love is the creed by which I live. But sometimes I wonder, just how can a man give? Gross injustices surround me at the highest level of power. And you say these are people I depend on for my survival. Is it for real? Or am I seeing shadows in the dark? I'll let you tell me. Can you tell me, brother? Can you tell me now? Peaceful world just out to sea. Basic respect, humanity. I'm just trying to be realistic without becoming pessimistic. If we have hope, we can survive. A damn good reason to stay alive. Is it immoral or a sin? It seems to be according to the skin I'm in. The skin I'm in. Peaceful world just out to sea. Basic respect, humanity. I'm just trying to be for real in a world with less appeal. I'm so frustrated and flustered at what has been reduced to justice. Is it immoral or a sin? If it's according to the skin I'm in. The skin I'm in. One world, one love, one people. Larry Blackmon from Cameo.
Woohoo! I have been remiss in not asking poets to unmute and give it up for the poets. So let's take 1 second between in the middle of Jane's set and give it up for all the poets who've come before her. And Jane, spoken word, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
What a
Awesome.
way to
Beautiful,
start.
y'all.
All right, Diane.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
excited by the
All right,
energy
Jane,
in the
spoken
room.
word.
Yeah, so when y'all are done with this,
Okay.
go and listen to the Cameo piece because it fucking rocks. So go and listen to it. Do yourself a favor. It's an amazing song.
Can
Yeah,
you
put
type
the-
in
put
the
the
chat
name
for
of
me,
the-
please?
Yeah, the
can you
name of
type
the
in chat
poet
for
and
me?
poem. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, poet
Love you,
and poem in the
Jane.
chat. Super. Love you, Jane. Please do bless us with some more words.
All right, I got a shorty for you. This is a new piece, so it's new shit. Heartbreak sought solace in sadness, planting seeds in a bed of lies, trapped in memories, captured in forever confusions in the darkness of my asylum. Night turns into liquid misery, the drips and crabs. Insanity tortures my soul at a funeral's pace, haunted in unholy truths of loneliness, imprisoned in Pandora's box, endlessly seeking light, in between heartbeats, a deceitful dawn. Deceitful dawn promises to absolve the sins of this imprisoned soul, buried in the graveyard of no regret. Ravens feast on empty promises. Darkness expands, casting midnight mysteries, cracking my rib cage. Bones crumble to dust, and no one hears my soul's cry. Peace, yo. Thank you for having me.
Okay, everyone, unmute for Jane's spoken word. Was
Wow.
fantastic.
Hey,
Tremendous.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that was
nice work and
beautiful.
nice read
Unbelievably
too.
beautiful.
Hey.
Jane spoken
Yes.
Beautiful
word
work.
for real. So
Oh,
good
Thank
to
you.
hear you,
Beautiful.
Jane.
An honor, truly an honor.
Yay, yay.
Mhm.
It is.
Oh, and it got the
It
yay
is.
yay for D.
Yeah,
Yay
yeah.
from D.
Yay,
Uh,
yay.
I gotta say, Jane, we hear your soul's cry. We hear your soul's cry
Mhm.
here at Chaos Magic. We love you. I'm also going to say to everybody, when a poet is performing, please make sure your mic is muted so we don't hear any extraneous noise when a poet is performing. Thank you very much. Let's all mute our mics and give it up for Joeski Sea, who has come to grace us with a song I see. A song I see from Joeski Sea. I'm excited.
Can you hear me? Gustav, am I
Yes.
coming through? Okay.
Hear you.
Okay. I've got 3 short poems and a song. And I'm sorry I don't have a cover ready, but this is the stuff I've been writing lately. Between. They live between the bombs and the tunnels, where babies can't nap in their high-rise homes, and everyone combs through the rubble, and everyone listens between the bombs. Hierarchy of needs. They still have oxygen, though fogged with smoke and ash. Now they need water for cracked tongues, then food, glucose for their cells, then hope to outrun guns and bombs, because half the people who live there are children. Pamphlets. You think you are absolved of guilt because you dropped pamphlets. You dropped pamphlets before dropping bombs. You dropped bombs on crowded structures. Amidst the rubble of the crowded structures, corpses study pamphlets. Pamphlets with instructions, ours to obey. Where does it say they will die today? And lastly, something I wrote called 4 Hours a Day. 4 hours a day, that's what they say, to walk on the road when the sky stops falling. 4 hours a day, a pause they say, listen for your children calling. 4 hours a day, trying to escape. What do we do when the bombs start falling? A day, a frantic pace, race to locate your sons and daughters. 4 hours a day, to grieve and to pray, can't find a way to escape this slaughter. 4 hours a day, trying to escape. What will we do when the bombs start falling? Pamphlets, scattered death, lying on the ground. The border's a gate, locked by hate. Dreams emigrate like birds in heaven and babies who cry haven't died, but there's no escape from this Armageddon. 4 hours a day trying to escape. What will we do when the bombs start? What will we do when the bombs start? What will we do when the bombs start falling?
Oh my God, so beautiful. Joeski Sea, everybody, please open
Wow,
your
gorgeous
mics and give
composition,
love.
beautiful outro,
Yeah.
nice lyrics.
Woo,
Yeah.
Joeski.
Oh,
Amazing
Important
message.
message.
Beautiful. Thank
Awesome,
you.
awesome,
That
awesome.
was
Beautiful.
beautiful, Joeski. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all
absolutely
so
beautiful.
much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely beautiful.
Soul came through. Your soul came through.
Thank you all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Julian Matthews is up next, and I believe he wants to share screen. Is that correct, Julian?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Good.
Great to be here.
Yes, I can hear you. And we can see your share screen. I am not fucking this up, ladies and gentlemen. I am not fucking up here. Woohoo!
Yeah, good. No gift. That came knocking at my door again. I didn't answer. This is why we don't even have a doorbell. He might ring twice, like a postman. Or be an errand boy sent by a grocery clerks to collect a bill. Yes, that's from Apocalypse Now, and I'm no Marlon Brando. I know Death is a busy guy, not a determined assassin like Martin Sheen. If I don't answer the call, he'll be off to another appointment. That, after all, is merely the deliverer of bad news, not the executor. He'll leave the killing to humans. God knows we're so good at that. They say to never kill the messenger. Hell knows I'm incapable of that. Besides, can you even kill death? Isn't it ironic that death is immortal? I peek through the curtains and spy his craggy frame, the willowy cloak, the crescent sight, the hooded eyes. That is a walking cliche in need of a makeover. Maybe if he showed up in a sharp suit, fresh face and eager, holy book in hand, I might hear him out and gently turn him away. If he came by as a vacuum cleaner, salesman, I might invite him in, let him practice his pitch, then say no, and lie I had a Dyson. If he came disguised as a woman in a tight red dress, I might be enticed, even go willingly. For now the door is shut and I stay quiet as if in a confessional awaiting the priest. I proactively say my Hail Marys and promise again to take my meds and not play dead. Life is a series of dodged bullets. I'm glad I watched so many cowboy shows as a kid. That helped. I was a reporter and they used to give us door gifts at press conferences. Pens, notebooks, diaries, and useless planners that piled up on my desk. The next time death comes by, I'll leave him a gift, a ball pen and a notebook with empty pages for my autobiography. He might get the hint. I'm not ready to go. That might even take to writing his own. Now that would surely be a bestseller and a hit movie. I might even suggest the title, Apocalypse Deferred, and get a walk-on role. God knows we're all just hoping to get a little spotlight before exiting stage left on this earth. Like relieved hostages on TV that survived this mess. and never to get that knock on the door ever again. If only we could. If only we could. You wanted a cover? So this is by Lisa Minerva Luxx. It's called Dipping Buckets of Longing into the Well of Grief. Some people stand at one another's wishing wells with bags of pennies, chucking rust and asking for too much, as if needing this or that isn't soiling the very thing the well could offer. Others stand at one another's wishing well, lowering their buckets into long, damp, endless no. Oh, the empty vowel no is how adults sing the void. Most lift their bucket filled with absence, clattered tin against stone. How will I quench the thirst of my flesh or wash it clean with all this nothing? Few keep lowering their bucket, aging and unromantic, until they reach a pool rich with lost wishes and a warning to whoever listens. News from afar is making its way towards you. Well beneath the longing grief is a small boy sharing orange slices with his sister under the sun, picking off the pith, wafting flies off her fingers, promising to always protect her. That was Dipping Buckets of Longing into Well of Grief, into the Well of Grief by Lisa Minerva Luxx. Thank you.
Yeah, Julian. Everybody, open your mics and please give love to Julian. Brilliant reading. I must say,
Very,
Julian, wow.
very
Always
beautiful.
brilliant.
Wonderful,
Always
Julian.
Very
The
beautiful.
words are amazing
Thank
and the
Very
cover was
beautiful.
incredible.
Beautiful work, Julian.
so though,
Yeah, beautiful work.
brilliant.
Death and
Oh.
apocalypse, and you made it beautiful.
yes,
Right.
really.
You're a gifted man. We're lucky to know you.
Yes, you made death seem enticing even. Julian, if you could please put the name and where we could find the cover poem you read in the chat, that would be spectacular. I thank you. Everybody, please mute your mics. Please mute your mics and give it up for Marianne Tefft. Marianne, please, are you ready to grace us with some words?
I certainly am, Magus. Thank you very much for having me tonight. I would not have missed this Monday for the world. Because it is the first gathering, I would like to share my own poem of this afternoon called Gather. Let us know to collect little. For here stand too many monolithic things, beliefs and systems and ideologies like Easter Island stones, phalanxes of so-called thinkers weighted with the humongous burdens of right thinking. Instead, let us gather much and often, lightly, with loose woven fingers into broad braided baskets of ripe grass, like plump berries on a July afternoon, each with its own circumference and sap, yet calling to our senses as one. And a cover tonight, it is my tremendous privilege to share a poem that I absolutely adore and I'm thrilled to share on behalf of a poet, a great friend of the Zoomverse, who most assuredly would be here if he were not incinerating the mic in Toronto right now. And it's my privilege to share this poem was written with feathers in mind by our great friend, Bonisisikali Zomkhonto. Your father said I should write you a poem with feathers in mind, meant to be stitched together by time into the most beautiful bird the forest could ever find. And the wonderful thing is you get to choose whatever color this bird might be. Because this world loves to choose colors for Black girls, right down to the favorite dress, as if someone chose to second guess if they need to be blessed. not knowing that ends of their souls are rainbows and that heaven still uses those ends as ribbons to tie presents for the most well-behaved of angels. Aman means wish. Amani in Swahili means peace. So I will wish you peace. And as parents, we always hope that our children do not learn too young why they need peace. But even then, I pray that if the world ever made you search for a peace of mind, that you remember to think only of your name and that your mind will recognize its echo and remain calm. Be peaceful. Your father said I should write a poem made of diamond-crusted wings, and to tell you that the worst that you can do is make eagles blind when you take to the sky, but that you do not be afraid to fly. Because this poem was written with feathers in mind, meant to be stitched together into this most beautiful bird that the forest could ever find. And the wonderful thing is, you get to choose its morning song. Take your time, because this world loves to choose songs for Black girls, as if their ears cannot make out for themselves the ebony skin of melody, as if they haven't been the fortune tellers of the greatest dances to ever trap the human body and spirit. I say, create your own music, Amani. Find your dance floor and own it. Become the lyrics to the song of your own destiny. Aman. Your name means wish in Arabic and peace in Swahili. As you blow out your 9 candles today, I wish your greatest wish the light of day. May your dreams find the peace of mind to become true. May you shine so bright that light accidentally flows into the world around you, brightening your day. Happy birthday, Amani. And happy birthday to your Mike, Gustav, Megas, Sallas. Thank you, everybody.
Marianne, Tefft, how beautiful. Oh my God. Yeah, picking Zomkhonto was inspired. He is a pillar of our community, as are you. We love you. Please, ladies and gentlemen, open your mics and give some love to Marianne Tefft.
Marianne.
Again.
And, and the courage to read words that man writes.
And I love the choice too, because that is actually one of my favorite Zomkhonto's poems.
I love it too.
Yeah, and it's the birthday, and then how you dedicated it to the birth of the mic, like that was beautiful.
Inspired,
Thank you,
just
everybody.
beautiful.
Pleasure's mine.
Just beautiful. We love you, Marianne. Okay, next. Hi, Deneen.
Hi! Mwah! Mwah! I'm happy to see you.
Okay, everybody. I'm happy to see you too, Deneen. Yes, I had a lovely time in New York City having wonderful experiences with Joeski Sea and Deneen. I look forward to seeing you guys again.
That was the
Okay,
best.
ladies and gentlemen, please, wasn't it? Yeah. Please mute your mics, and you may know him as Thomas Open Minds. I know him as my brother from another mother. This is Thomas Open Minds. Please, can you bless us with your words?
I would be delighted to. I want to thank everybody who's here, and I got 2 pieces, an original piece and then a cover piece. The first piece is actually to the creator of Open Minds, who was the creator of the idea. This one right here, Catalyst, the mastermind behind it all. I'm just a face, but she's, she's what makes this whole thing happen. And Gustav was wheel number 3 in the fact that he can do this Mondays now with us. Like, it's just, yeah, thank you all for being a part of our lives and for sharing your art with us. And so I'm gonna share a poem that I wrote for this lovely lady right here. And it's a first show, so I figure I'll go with a poem called The Last Atom, ATOM. Feeling crazy, craving the creative crevices of your brain, baby. Am I insane? Maybe. Thanks for saving me. It's absolutely fucking amazing how you float around this 3D space we seem to be trapped in. But I'm laughing every time we break into the next plane of being. It's beginning to be so frequently. I think if we push a little harder, we can secretly become these astral beings that we see in these higher realms. Is that DMT? May I please have a smell? Fuck it. Let me puff it till my lungs swell. Holding, holding, holding. Oh hell, I just broke through to heaven. Now I'm laughing with the elves. Mother Gaia showing knowledge of our past incarnations of our love, knowing it'll never pass. Forever together, even after we gasp for our last bit of air. Our souls release the grasp we had on this physical form. Reborn, it won't be long till we can keep each other warm once more. You're my favorite soul. It's always been you that I adore. Sworn to love and protect you until the last atom is torn apart and the universe turns dark. It'll be you and I beaming through space as pure love and light, for I am yours and you are mine. All right, so that goes out to the creator, Open Minds there, Catalyst. And then I'm gonna be reading a cover. One of my favorite poems. Hold on, I got a co-host too real quick. Here. Okay. So I'm gonna read a tribute, no, a cover poem of one of my favorite poems from one of my favorite poets. In fact, someone who we all know and love, uh, the Magus. This is called the Gaian Epiphany. I just had an epiphany. It's all become clear like cut glass, crystal from Tiffany. All of this we see, we're an organism, interplanetary. God or Gaia or chaos born. We're not a womb from which we're torn, but rather a single entity, one world of infinite diversity. E pluribus unum is one way to put it. Until you've seen it, your third eye is hooded. From the beauty of this revelation, you must see the implications: sex, race, religion, all these artificial memes. By dividing, we conquer our own higher dreams of evolving into Gaia mind. Or you're willfully choosing to be blind. Then you devolve to become what you believe. Outside this hole, as you perceive a parasite on this earth, our host. You're always hurt what you love the most. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost are patriarchy's highest toast. Monotheism predicts the disaster. Our destiny we must master, and our higher minds illuminate that ours is Gaia's fate. The tree of life you must not kill. Love and do what thou will. As above, so below. Love your mother. Let it grow. 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 I messed up a little bit there. This is my first time actually reading it. I've heard it before, but I hope I did justice to it.
That was awesome.
It's justice just to give it air from your mouth, somebody else's words. That's always an honor right there.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
so
really
cool.
cool to hear a piece I know him to do, but hear it in your voice and your
Right.
take. It's really cool.
Yes, in kind of a different style, different flow a little bit. That was so cool.
Good work,
And
Thomas.
Your first poem was gorgeous as well, Thomas. Whoa.
Well, thank you. So it looks like Magus's Wi-Fi has kicked him off, so I'm just gonna step in as co-host real quick, and Nona's out of here. So Nona, we love you. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Thank you guys so much for the compliments on that poem and the first one, and I appreciate you guys being here. I love every last one of you. One of my favorite musicians is in the house. Actually, a couple of my favorite musicians are in the house. One of them being Joeski, who I would watch on Monday nights at New York, but never, could never make it on Fridays. So I'm so glad that you were able to come through to my mic and play some beautiful music. Well, to Gustav's mic. Okay, I'm gonna keep this thing going though, but thank you, Joeski. I'm trying to wait for Magus to get back on. It really is what I was doing, but we'll keep going. And up next we got CC Arshagra. CC, if you would unmute yourself and bless us with some art, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I like I said when he told me about this, and I asked about the format. So I went up into my attic and I hunted for a box because I've got mountains of people's chapbooks from going back to maybe 80s and 90s, and I found this whole box, an entire box of just zines. You could imagine how many are in there. So I pulled out one of them, and this is from a zine called Posy. It's the 19th issue. It was published winter of 2003. And there's a little piece in here from a dear old friend of mine that I haven't seen in years her name is Deborah Presley. She used to host an open mic. And the stories about her are just amazing. This is a woman who has survived quite a bit and brought beautiful children into the world. So this is called You Never Ask to See My Poems. It is a Monday morning, and the clock cranks its low monotone. The blue walls of the apartment resemble a pale ocean swallowing itself. I sit back and thumb through poems. Each one breathes and cries its birth as my eyes skim their moments. You are still sleeping, your limp body a bridge halfway between dreams that believe in the dark and stories that live in silence during the day. While every day I sit watching trees sing outside my window, they empty their souls, expecting nothing, inventing love from every offering. And the other, I'm going to go all cover, and then maybe I'll just say something about the book. And this is Tiny from some guy you may have heard of. I don't know if you guys know who that one is. He's a couple days old now. I think he's from either 8th or 12th century. But this is a daily Rumi book. I got all kinds of Rumi books. And this one I think I'm reading not because it's not my poem, but because I think I need to hear this all the time. A need for approval. I think we all can learn from this one. Shut your eyes so the heart may become your eyes. Shut your eyes so the heart may become your eye. And with that vision, look upon another world. If you can step away from your need for self-approval, all that you do, top to bottom, will be approved. Fucking Rumi. Doesn't he suck? And in this book,
Rumi!
essays from from what it was like to publish 3 chapbooks 20 years ago and then republish them 20 years later. This is a study of what we're doing. And a Boston Globe art critic gave me a paragraph. On the back is the blurb. This is the opening of her paragraph, and I'm done. It's one thing to write your truth in the privacy of your notebook. It's another to speak it aloud into a microphone in front of an awaiting crowd. And then my name, I'm not going to read it aloud, captures that with urgent clarity in these poems. The stakes are higher. The poems may land, it may fail, it may perplex the listeners, the open mic audience, da 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 da. But that's my book. CCArshagra.com as far as that goes. But I love you all. I love what you're doing, and read on. Never stop being who you are and becoming what you can be. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, buy CC's book, CCArshagra.com. It is fantastic. I have read it. I am thrilled that I have read it. It helped develop me as a poet. And now I'd like you all to open your mics and give some love to CC, and we'll go on with the show, even though I got kicked off my Wi-Fi for a minute, hot minute there. Please open your mics.
Great
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great job,
Thank
CC.
you.
I love your work.
Wonderful stuff, man.
Very inspiring. Very inspiring stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's some love there. Okay. Next up is the delightful, wonderful Whisper Poet. Will you please bless us with some words, Whisper Poet?
Hi. How are you? I'm so glad to be here on your inaugural show.
We're so delighted to have you.
Thank you. So I'm going to read one long one and one micro. I wrote this about a year ago when the ex-girlfriend of the man I was dating was begging him to come back to her. She betrayed him terribly. And I was very angry that he would even entertain it. So I wrote this as kind of a emotion purge. This is called Haze. Haze, an instant attraction, like a chemical reaction, nitrous blasted, steering gone, brake line cut, her game she won. Haze. She played a part you couldn't fathom. You gave credence to anathema because Haze gave you a microscopic view. Obfuscation and a pretty smile blinded you to the way she used your love against you and left you to chase through her mindfuck maze. You were naive. She was in her 20s. What else could you do? Haze. So I call her name Delilah. She shore your heart in two with the shears of her vagina. Your hair intact belied the clack, a Samson dazed by her haze. You wanted her to redeem herself, but the broken lens of your microscope forced you to a painful focal view. Haze. Curtain shears over windows cast a seductive view, but hidden truths behind the scenes of what she told and what you thought you knew left shattered dreams when at last the curtain cast aside and the great Oz came into view, her idol fallen. It was lust and lies and batted eyes full of bullshit victimized cries. Her devastated lips claimed fault-free hips, their deceptive sway, your Waterloo. And your barriers frayed into non-existent, your logic unmade, as she cried that you let her down, and she might drown in the damage caused by your deception, her illogical conception, which was nothing more than her projection that she was blameless. Haze. The honeyed love she dripped turning to vinegar on your tongue, and what she accused finally lit a fuse while she plied her plight, the victim. Cast in chains and bound by her dominance might, lovers on either side pulling left and right, a Juno West daisy in her Fitzgerald mind, so devastated. And yet she found it so easy. It was easier to accuse than understand, easier to cast blame than stand up for her man, easier to play the victim than to create a path where she wasn't so easily led. Oh, but baby girls must be excused for their lack of moral fiber. After all, it's whatever daddy says, except you weren't daddy after all. Someone else was calling the shots, and she was just clay to be molded. A heartbroken Eliza at the end of Pygmalion strings, a lovely puppet who gave away her power to anyone who would wield it and let you have her not. Haze, because you value free will and you gave her a choice to exercise her own voice, you failed to realize she was just a parrot, a will-less mouthpiece. She was weak and unworthy of your love. Haze, she kicked you in your integrity, impugned the honor of the one you held most dear. The burning irony of it all, the heated brand you scarred your own heart with. Pain is the filter that distorts our view of what is real. When your heart still believes in all the if-onlys and your mind can't see the truth, that the one who betrayed and played you false never deserved your love. And the final step in healing is to escape the velvet glove of the hold she still wields over you in your vulnerable moments when her ghost wails from behind, pulling you back into the sucking vacuum of her need, well remembered. But passion's heat turned to cold fire, the temptation hard to resist because it could be right, again, if she would just do what she was always incapable of doing. She never had it. She never will. The hated truth is there for your tasting. The awful knowledge is right there for you to see. It's your choice, blinders or real. So before you decide, you need to cast the haze aside now that lust has cooled beneath the scars from the pain. Open your eyes to the truth others realize, that haze fucks us all, and you never stood a chance against the rose-colored glasses of the vitality of youth to seduce you. And finally, you will see that a damsel in distress is nothing more than a bitch in a dress, and the haze will fade into nothingness. I was kind of angry when I wrote that. Can you tell?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Oh boy. Okay. So I'm going to finish up.
Wonderful. You have another piece?
This is a micro. This
Everybody.
is an homage to Ezra Pound. This is the first poem I ever remember hearing. I think it was in 5th grade when we were learning about poetry. And it's called In a Station of the Metro. The apparition of these faces in the crowd, petals on a wet, black bough. Thank you, guys.
Woohoo! Everybody unmute your mics, please, and give it up for Whisper Poet.
Amazing
Whisper, yeah.
We love you, Whisper.
Awesome.
We love you.
Thank you, Whisper.
Since I heard your work.
Please don't be mad at me, Whisper.
Okay, everyone, please mute your mics and give it up for, well, yeah. Let's give it up for Dre Reyes, who is next up on the mic. Dre, do you have some words you could bless us with?
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? It's awesome to be here. If it wasn't for Kate, I probably wouldn't be here. She informed me about this open mic being set up, and I'm just all over that like mayonnaise on the top bun. Anyway, I have a poem, a new poem written today, and a cover. For anybody who's who remembers Nickelodeon from the 1990s, I've been doing this thing where I've been writing letters to characters from the shows at that time. And I decided to be a little experimental with Doug. So here is Skeeter writing to Doug. Hey, Doug. I hope this letter gets to you somehow. It's been very weird getting used to living in this other Bluffington in Disney County. Disney County feels like something out of a scary movie where I'm living in a haunted parallel universe. Get this, Doug. Everyone here kind of looks and sounds like everyone at home. And I mean everyone. Well, almost everyone. They had a Connie here They have a Connie here who looks skinnier than the one back home. Word has it that she went to a thing called a beauty farm and came back looking like a completely different person. Even Roger lives there, and he's filthy rich, richer than BB Bluff. Oddly enough, the middle school is named after her and shaped like her head. And then she ended up losing her fortune. This Roger has a mean streak like the one we know, but he isn't going out of his way calling me Skeet Face. Mayor White is Principal White now, and Principal Bone is Assistant Principal Bone at BB Bluff Middle School. If you think that isn't weird enough, they have a version of you and your family with a baby sister named Dirt Bike. Don't ask me how or why your clone family picked that name. It's almost as if they had some kind of contest to pick a name like that. Along with no honker burger, this place claims that the Beats broke up. Now tell me, Doug, is it true? Did they really break up, or is this town gaslighting me to think that? And if they didn't break up, why would anyone lie about it to me and even go as far as to live this lie? I mean, I don't know, man. Nobody claims to know whereabouts Nickelodeon here, and I feel very out of place here. I miss hanging out the Honker Burger. I miss playing air guitar to the sounds of the beats. I miss going on adventures with Pork Chop. I miss Nickelodeon County. I miss you, man. I miss myself. I remember that one time I thought I was going to be moving, but in reality, I was just moving my room to the basement. I wish that this time was just like the time before, but this time just moving back upstairs. I hope you've been well, and I hope to hear from you soon. Your best pal, Skeeter. Now, I have a cover for y'all. I remember seeing Mighty Mike McGee at an open mic back in 2012. And he did this one poem that was really kind of cool. It's called Like. I hope you like it. I like you the way I like my wonton packed full of shrimp, like too much syrup on my pancakes and in my beard. Like Mr. Furley enjoyed eavesdropping through kitchen doors, like blue whales like to say, I like you a whole bunch of a lot. You're a pocket full of awesome. I like you not unlike Aaron Neville likes his mole, like Texas likes Texans. Excuse me, like Texans like Texas, like fat kids like cake, like 2 likes 3 and 4 like 6. 5 has issues. Like tuna sandwiches like teeth, like cherry flavored Slurpees like to wash down convenience store nachos, like lazy boys like Sunday afternoon asses. I like you a whole bunch of a lot and a little bit more. You're a bottomless basket of extra crispy French fries covered in awesome sauce. I like you similar to the way pirates and frat boys like booty, like newlyweds and like Holiday Inns, like bohemians, yuppies, and Japanese like sushi, like David Copperfield likes performing grand scale yet lame ass feats of illusion. Like the US government likes performing grand scale yet lame ass feats of illusion. Like testicles and homeboys like to hang, like homeless people and breakdancers like cardboard. Like Americans like ranch dressing like Muppets, like fisting. I like you a whole bunch of a lot and a lot more times infinity. Maybe that's starting to dip into the equation of love. Nevertheless, I got a thing for you like magnets got it for refrigerators. I'm stuck on you and I like it. I like you an official metric fuckload. I think you're a body full of soul and I hope you like me back, even if it's like dust likes furniture. At least you're all over me. I'm making a pledge because I guess I'm tired of meeting people who define themselves by what they don't like. I just don't like that. However, I do like holding you the way your pillow holds your head when you sleep, the way gay, lesbian, transgender, transsexual, Irish, and Mexican people holds parades, the way PBS holds fundraisers, the way the earth holds the moon and the sun holds the earth, and how they'll constantly spin around each other forever. And even though that metaphor doesn't really make sense with regard to this poem, because that would imply that there are 3 of us, which would also be awesome, but you get the idea. In my book, you rock, and I like rocks. And just because I spend an hour or so writing this down doesn't mean you have to like me back, but damn it, I would really like that. Thank you.
Woo! Yes!
Wow.
Yes, sir!
Yeah, everybody unmute. Yeah, that was
Love those
fantastic.
pieces.
Good,
My heart goes out to Jim Henson on that one.
So fantastic.
I believe
Wow.
we're gonna have Dre featuring at Open Minds on Friday, either the end of January or the beginning of February, and then very so like coming soon. We haven't settled the day yet, but it's coming soon. Is gonna be a whole feature of Dre, so make sure you guys tune in for that.
I'm excited for it. It sounds like a fantastic evening of poetry will be had by all, just like tonight. Let's keep it going. Could you all mute your mics? And, well, let's welcome Parquillian to the mic first, and then mute your mics. And Parquillian, do you have some words you can bless us with?
Parquillian.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. I thought I'd start with a cover and then with one of my own. One of my favorite poets is E. Cummings. Without the mercy of your eyes, your voice, your ways, oh, very most my shining love, how more than dark am I? No song, no thing, no silence ever told. It has no name. Which should this namelessness, completely fleeting, vanish at the infinite precise thrill of your beauty, then my lost, my dazed, my weariful selves they put on here again. To livingest one star, as small these all these thankful hark birds singing holy are. And this one of my poems called My Subaquatic Abode. My house, it lies at the bottom of a stream, watched over by the crab in its stellar lair. My eyes look up as the waters flow past, yet seldom do I ever come up for air. No one has even seen my abode, but on those occasions when I crack the door, some people may get a fleeting glimpse of light that illumines a fluid floor. And check out my artwork if you get a chance. And I will be featuring at Cobalt Ports tomorrow night. If anybody's interested, I can put links in the chat.
Yes, please put links in the chat, Parquillian. Thank you so much. I love E. Cummings. I love your work. Very impressive. Your artistry is singular. I don't know anybody who does what you do. It's beautiful, beautiful work. Thank you very much. Please give it up for Parquillian, everyone.
Great job,
All right,
Parquillian.
Parquillian. I hope to see you tomorrow night. That Cobalt's
Always good to hear you. Wow.
That was wonderful.
One long, two short, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. I know.
Okay, everyone. Next up is my personal friend, a beloved poet in our community, Bear Wolf. I have 2 of his books. This is Division and Word Tornadoes. I strongly recommend you get his books, Division and Word Tornadoes. Bear Wolf, can you open your mic and please bless us with some words? And everybody else, could you please turn off your mics? Bear Wolf?
So as I've been saying for a while, what's happening here, this is a community. This is a family. This is a movement. And it's not about a location or it's not about a reputation. It's about a movement forward, and it's about humanity trying to find a way to fucking evolve. And let's keep doing it. So let's just remember that. So with that in mind, you all are going to hear a cover that you probably hear from me more than you've heard any other cover ever. Because this poet and this poem in particular probably had the most influence on me as a poet ever. This is from the amazing spoken word artist Talam Acey. Here we go. What if this is God's work? I said, what if this is God's work? What if real poets walked the earth and lived lives fit for a prophet's verb, spreading ancient wisdom like the Coptic Church, and those who know what they're hearing know that they're hearing something special? And perhaps eventually a poet will be sitting here just to bless you, test you in this world of lies. And if you feel your eyes cry, it's because they recognize that what they're seeing is the truth. And those chills up and down your spine will be absolute proof that in this now, where politicians and clergy have proven themselves unworthy of your time, and television shows and music videos have proven themselves unworthy of your mind, don't be surprised to find that God is especially present in poet dens, guiding poets' pens. Not just those men who pretend to be closer to God than you by making you ashamed of your sins when their lives that they've lived may not have been what God intends for your salvation. What if this is God's work? What if the Creator realizes that the creation is imperfect, but only wishes for us to worship sincerely and not be hypocrites, but to really be concerned about our fellow man and to stand up for injustices falsely perpetuated in God's name across every land? What if this is God's work? What if we poets are closer to Muhammad, Buddha, Jesus, and the preachers? Y'all didn't hear me. Y'all didn't hear me. I said, what if the poets are closer to Muhammad, Buddha, and Jesus than the preachers? I mean, think about it, y'all. Which of us is living closest to the streets and which of us is living closest to Caesar? Which of us is living high up on the hog and which of us are the poor, righteous teachers? What if this is God's work? And if so, then poetry is sacred. And we poets need to be concerned with what we step up on this stage with, because we need to be on our job. Because if this is God's work, then stealing from another poet is like stealing from God. And it's not about how you use your sexuality or profanity or about how we use our tools for oohs and ahs, but this is about how we use our tools for humanity. What if this is God's work? Now, I know blasphemers will have hell to pay, so I wouldn't say anything here tonight at the inaugural evening of Chaos Magic Poetry with Open Minds that I wouldn't be comfortable saying on Judgment Day. So what if this God works, y'all? Let us pray. So with that in mind, that this is God's work, I'm going to read a poem here. I don't usually do like the trigger warning thing, but I will say strap yourselves in because this one's going to be difficult for some people. So here we go. Ode to Palestine. I am a Jew, apparently. At least that's what they tell me. And by they, I'm referring to my mother's side of the family that incessantly tells me that I should follow blindly. Supposedly, it's the blood that binds me to these self-proclaimed chosen people who choose to enact human rights atrocities with the same fervent velocity of a certain master race. Let's face it, that feels like the epitome of hypocrisy. I am a Jew. Apparently. At least that's what they tell me. And by they, I'm referring to an entire community who entirely turned their backs on me when I chose not to buy into their brand of idiocracy, the openly dangerous hive mentality that has led to murdered children, slaughtered families, Zionistic manifested destinies, all seem to echo these Nazi philosophies. Why would I ever choose that life for me? I'm a Jew, apparently. At least that's what they tell me. And by they, I'm referring to religious zealotry that wants to define and dictate my destiny based on bonds that are really quite imaginary, claiming it's all written in my blood, thusly telling me that I have no choice but to belong, to just follow along. Well, I have a newsflash reality clash for these chosen people. The reality is that our blood is just as red as the blood that now floods the streets as you repeat the sins of your own past. You choose to desecrate these holy lands with the fallen bodies of your fellow man, and because I choose to take a stand, somehow I'm the one who's dishonorable and disrespectful? Well, I suppose it is easier to cast stones than it is to atone for your own reflections. I'm a Jew, apparently. At least that's what they tell me. But now I have something to tell them. You will never be my chosen people. I choose to refuse. I will not willingly be blind, being led by blind. I choose to recognize all of these lies. I choose to open my eyes. Thank you for listening. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. Thank you for continuing the family and the energy, because it's not about location. It's not about reputation. It's about fucking community and love and supporting each other, because half of us in this room would be dead if it weren't for each other. So don't ever forget that. I love you all.
Love you. It's not about me.
Preach
You,
Love
wise
you.
words.
Love you.
Love you,
Love
Bear.
you.
Words.
Not
Wise
about
words.
me.
Propaganda
Bear.
poet. Yes.
Always
Oh,
good to hear you, Pop.
amazing. Amazing, brother.
I still like calling you propaganda sometimes, so we're gonna go with the Bear Wolf though. As you
Professor
wish.
Bear
As you wish.
Oboloso,
You
Bear
gotta give
Wolf,
us time. You gotta
Prop.
give us
So
time
I
to
call him
adopt it.
different things at different times. It depends, right?
No,
Like,
no,
hey,
I'll
how you feeling?
respect it.
When
I'll
he's at
respect
work and he's, grading papers, like, hey, what's up? Professor, when he's at this house there, he's Bear, right? Like, he's chilling. Oh,
It's
yeah.
so
We love you,
great to
man.
hear you
We
again.
love you, brother.
Anybody wants to change their name, you just respect it and go with it. It's a sacred. It's not an easy it's not an easy move.
Right.
It's not easy to go with a name change in this world, but
Magus, can I ask something? Magus?
Yes.
For those of us
Yes.
that I'm just an audience member, for those of us that are just enjoying it, thank you so much. If you could just put in the chat where we can find you on IG, or if you could just pad out where
Oh,
we
yes.
can find you on social media, that would be
I
great for those that just love to enjoy.
strongly, yes. Thank you, Nicole. I
You're
strongly
welcome. Thank
encourage
you.
everyone. I strongly encourage everyone to put their IG in the chat. Let's build this community. Let's be stronger by linking up with one another. I had the great pleasure of hanging out with Bear Wolf in New York City. It was spectacular. He is spectacular. Give him a follow, and by all means, buy his books.
Yeah,
Buy
please.
his books.
The poetry is so fire tonight, you guys. Please put where we can find you on IG if we want to enjoy your work.
Indeed. Now,
and
everybody,
you're
please
not just a
give it up.
listener. Don't ever say that again. You are as important, if not more important, than the words are the ears and the hearts and the souls they go into. So thank you.
I feel so blessed to be here. Thank you, you guys. Thank you.
Nicole is my best friend in the world. I love her more than anything. Give it up for Nicole Rose. Next up is
Nicole
Christy
Rose, come
Scribbles.
see us on Fridays, too.
Woo-hoo, Nicole Rose.
Fridays. Christy Scribbles, would you like to bless us with some words, dear?
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
I guess. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Of course, I'm going to be here tonight. I love to see everybody coming out and supporting the fucking poets, right? Like, we are a revolution. Our work is important. And tonight, I'm going to be spitting a little D. Allen from Plans. Ownership. They own and maintain town squares, sidewalks, parking lots, skywalks, tunnels with shops, crosswalks, parks, city blocks, police, fire brigades, clinics, roadways, prisons, social security, broadcast media, gated communities, water, sanitation, electricity, gas, schools, transportation, towns themselves. They own and maintain our public sphere because it appears corporate power trumps government power. Everyday happenings in society are opportunities for corporations to rake in excessive profit without interference. They own and maintain our walking lives. By the square mile, private sector, Uber alles. Privatization is over if you want it. Over and done before it continues to spread. D. Allen, plan, yeah. Okay, here we go. This is my piece. There's no title. This is what it is. The static in my brain. The static in my brain causes so much pain, causes so much pain. The pain inside my brain, the noise inside this void, the reckoning of the systems. Systems down as we go round, merry-go-round. Systems down as we go round, merry-go-round. Round the corner of the mind's own blinded eye. Round the corner, as I see the world of lies there waiting for the world to see. Lies there waiting, trying to control the we. Controlling we, they echo across my brain. Controlling me, slowly I go insane. Go insane, they chuckle with a laugh. Go insane, the voices of the sound bath, ringing bells, they chime all fucking night. Ringing bells, how much longer will I fight? Fight the chimes, fight the gongs of the ringing inside my head. Fight the systems, just place me into bed. Lie me down, will I fall to sleep? Lie me down to become the jumping sheep. Jump the fence, counting them one by one. Jump the fence until the day is finally done. Done am I, cracked static of my mind. Done am I, the dreaming clock of time. Step into the portal of the night. Step into the wings where I take flight. Fly away, my soul whispers sweet. Fly away into the place we meet. Lay the body, the mind is fast asleep. Lay the body inside the still of me. Change the world, for only it's a dream. Change the world, multidimensionality. What is real, as it flashes many me's. What is real inside dimensions do I see? See the static as I wake to watch the wall. See the static, stuck inside the stall. Stuck inside, the static has me there. Stuck inside, as my mind holds me in here. I'm in here, I can't seem to get back out. I'm in here as I scream and yell and shout into the static of the void. Shout into, I cannot take the noise inside, that static clings me here. The noise inside is all I ever fear. Fear it all as it hangs inside my head. Fear it all as I put myself to bed. Lay me down, I cannot take the sound. Down me lay, as the static finally drowns. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Beautiful.
Woohoo, Christy.
That was intense. Beautiful.
Yeah, fabulous read. Fabulous read.
Wow.
Urgent,
Amazing, Christy.
urgent and profound.
Ooh.
One of my favorite poets. One of my favorite poets.
Ooh. Felt so circular.
Amazing passion. Just amazing. And the power, what Beowulf said about community and what Christy just did. We're here to catch each other, because to rip your heart open, and CP does it too, and to just let your mind go right to the edge of the madness of reality against everything. And then we're here to come back to catch each other, because after 2 or 3 years of this, it takes a certain community to catch you, because that's not an easy thing. A kite needs a string. And sometimes that community is the hand that holds us down when we're out there risking our lives with our words. So thank you, Christy, for really putting yourself out there like that, and everyone who does the same. Thank you.
Indeed, CC Arshagra, very brilliant work, Christy. We love you. We are so happy to have the channeling poet with us tonight for the inaugural edition of Chaos Magic here on Monday nights. And our next poet up, I see, is my friend, the host of Who's Naked Up in Here on Wednesday nights. It's Mr. Wits. Woohoo!
Nice.
Give it up for Mr.
Come
Wits,
on,
everybody.
baby.
Wits.
Wit. Please bless us with your word, sir. Please bless us with your words.
Is he still
Mr.
muted?
West is in the room. Yeah, he's in the room muted. So either there's technical difficulty. Um, so we'll give him a moment because we all love and respect Wits. If not, we'll move on to Nemo and we'll put Wits on afterwards if he's still awake. So
That sounds good. We'll put Nemo on now. This is my friend Nemo Soom, who I must say I dearly love this man, and I am looking forward to what he is bringing to us tonight. Nemo, would you bless us with some words?
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm honored to be here. What an amazing room. Yeah, just honored to keep the company. And Megas, I think, you did this, your enthusiasm, your love for the art, it just attracts people. And I'm so pleased to see everyone coming out to be part of this. I love the idea of reading covers. I almost worked myself to death until I had a series of breakdowns that stopped me. I found a poem that brought me back to poetry after a long time away, and I'm going to want to read that. And then I'm going to read a poem that is about the same thing that I wrote. Okay, this is Shift by Jamal May. Acting on an anonymous tip, a shift supervisor at a runaway shelter strip searched 6 teenagers. Mrs. Haver was taping shut the mouths of talkative students by the time she neared retirement. And Mr. Vickers, a skilled electrician in his day, didn't adapt when fuses became circuit breakers, a fact that didn't stop him from tinkering in our basement until the house was consumed by flame. I used to want to be this bad at a job. I wanted to show up pissy drunk to staff meetings when the PowerPoint slides were already dissolving one into another. I had this bad habit of showing up on time and more sober than any man should be when working audio-visual hospitality in a 3-star hotel that was a 4-star hotel before he started working there. When the entire North Atlantic blacked out, every soul in the Hyatt Regency Dearborn flooded the parking lot, panicked about terrorists and rapture, while I plugged in microphones and taped down cables by flashlight. In case whatever cataclysm unfolded didn't preempt the meetings. Meetings before which I'd convince a children's hospital to pay $15 to rent a $9 laser pointer, $35 for a flip chart, extra paper on the house. Is it good to be good at a job if that job involves pretending to be a Secret Service agent for Pfizer's George Bush impersonator? I don't know if it's better to be good at a bad job or bad at a good job. But there must be some kind of satisfaction in doing a job so poorly, you're never asked to do it again. I'm not saying he's a hero, but there's a guy out there who overlooked a transformer and made a difference. Because in a moment, sweating through my suit, groping in the dark when my boss was already home, I learned that I'd work any job this hard, ache like this to know that I could always ache for something. There's a hell for people like me. Where we shovel the coal, we have mined ourselves into furnaces that burn the flesh from our bones nightly. And we never miss a shift. And this is the red sky.
Wait a sec, just 1 second there. 1 second there, young man. That was
Nice.
spectacular. Wow.
Phenomenal.
Spectacular read. Yes, just spectacular. Now you can go ahead. That you have been given some proper love.
Thank you. I love that poem, and it did. It brought me back. It brought me back to poetry and the realization of the power of the art. The sky is red, but it isn't burning, isn't hot. And now it's full of the leather-winged heralds of hopelessness who have screens for faces, ever broadcasting the message of their masters that something once had is lost, or at least it's fading fast. The wicked winds of change are blowing, and I am alone, driving away from the demon city, yellow lights blinking on and off and onto empty roads. And how fast I'm going doesn't matter, because there's no reason to stop. No reason for these tears. Hands gripping the steering wheel, too tired to brush away the exhaustion that creeps up my shoulders to my neck. Exhaustion that is going to crawl into my ear canal and make a painful passage to my brain. Maybe it's sulfur I smell, or maybe that's my dinner riding beside me as my senseless passenger, handed to me in a bag by another lost soul stranded in a colorful building, with only the company of strangers out the window. But we didn't make eye contact for fear of seeing each other's broken heart. Now the sky is black, and my eyelids do nothing to block the sting of the taillights and stoplights out in front of me. I can feel the tower, metal fingers reaching up to reopen the wound in the belly of the beast we call the sky. And the blood looks like light shining up into clouds hanging low, instead of souls raining down. For I have been in that tower, watched the goods divided, portioned out with clumsy cuts to be packed in shipping crates, bound for the money men who would never deign to be seen by eyes so unworthy and faces black with soot. Thank you.
Amazing, Nemo.
Awesome.
Nemo!
So
Amazing
thank
as
you.
always,
Happy to call you
Whoa,
Nemo.
happy to call you my brother. Yeah.
Thank you
Like
so much for the
Novocaine.
space. And
Absolutely
thank you
awesome.
everyone for
Wow.
being here.
Wow.
Your genuine passion is such a gift, and it's relentless. So you
Straight
just
up.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
you never
It's
stop digging. You teach us humility and vulnerability all the time.
Yeah.
You do.
And the thing,
Indeed.
Nemo, the thing I like about you, it's like you like I know a little bit about your character, especially your character through shown out through your poems. So like I feel like you're the fucking lion, man. And your poems that you chew into are the gazelle. And every time you chew into a poem, you devour it like a lion. And I love it. I really love that you do that, man. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you all so much.
Well, you are loved, Nemo. You are loved indeed.
I feel it.
Next up
I
on the
feel
mic,
it.
we have Sweet. Next up on the mic, we have Marilee Johnson, and I'm so happy you came, Marilee. Oh my gosh, we love
Thank
you.
you.
Marilee, could you unmute your mic?
I think it's unmuted, isn't it? Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. So I have a few shorts, and then I want to read an excerpt of a kid's book that was published in Murry Literature by Finn Bill in November. So I'll start out with a few shorts. Senryu's. This is reality. First thought upon awakening this morning. Are you judging me, or am I judging whether there is a judgment? They liked my short forms, they said. Senryu's, Panku's, the end. The end. Stop! This is a Panku, which is a 9-word form invented by Elizabeth Strauss, called Christmas cat. Grab the cat from the tree! Womp! Oh dear. I think I'll just segue to the excerpt from there. The boy who caught the moon. The little boy caught the moon as it fell into his backyard. Mom, he yelled excitedly, tearing in the back door and letting the screen door slam. She wasn't in the living room, but he could hear the shower upstairs. He ran to the bathroom door. Mom, he shouted, the moon is in the backyard. We can talk about it when I get out, she called. Passing the hallway mirror, the boy saw his disappointed face and shoved his hand into his straight brown hair, then ran to the backyard. The moon was still there in the middle of the yard. It was a little larger now, taller than him. He tentatively walked toward it and touched it again. It was dusty enough that when he ran around it, dragging his finger on it, it made a ring. The moon was so lightweight he could push it around the yard. He checked first to make sure it didn't leave any marks on the ground. His dad would have been mad. He remembered people talking about the man in the moon, but he didn't see a face. He went to his toys and chose 2 yellow plastic discs for the eyes, a green Lego rectangle for the nose, and 2 Lincoln logs for the mouth. He stood back to admire the results, then heard the screen door. Mom, look! His mother gasped and suddenly dropped to a seated position on the step. Her eyes were wide and she put a hand to her. The boy said a little less enthusiastically. The moon, his mother said shakily. How could it come from the sky? How did it get so small? It got bigger while I was in the house, the boy said uncertainly. His mother hurried back inside. The boy knew that when she was anxious, she would lie down on her bed until she felt calmer. The boy put his hands in his pockets and kicked the ground. The moon shone in the sunlight. What if it grew so big it broke their fence, or got as big as the whole town? What should he do? Who could he talk to? He already called his dad an awful lot, sometimes because his mom was upset or because he'd gotten a bad grade at school. But he decided to phone his dad's office and quietly told his father that his mom was worried. He didn't tell him about the moon. His dad said he'd be home shortly. The boy sat on his front step. Catching the moon, he thought, was the most thrilling thing that had ever happened to him. He wanted to tell everyone, but he didn't feel like he should be excited since it had scared his mom. So thanks for listening. I'll put a link to the story at Murry Literature in the chat. Thank you very much.
Oh, that is awesome. I began
Yeah,
writing
love you,
children's
Marilee.
poems.
Thank you.
Love you, Marilee. Your work is just delightful, and I always love hearing you on the mic. I do. I got to say, a high point of my experience in New York was you at New Yo doing Going Back to Cali.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, and you rocked.
Karaoke.
Oh my God, you nailed that one.
That was amazing.
One of my very first drawings was The Man in the Moon by Maxfield Parrish, the black and white. He did those. He did those. I love nursery rhymes. I have a whole collection.
I love dancing with you too.
Yes, Denise, that was fun.
Great job, Marilee.
As Propaganda Poet noted, we are building a family here. This is not just a community that is just not a bunch of poets. We are building a family here. You are all my family, and I love you dearly. Okay, next up on the mic is the estimable D. Allen. Bless us with some words, D.
That's the
Come
best.
on, baby.
That's the best
Yay.
introduction. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. And Joeski and his girlfriend leaves the room. No respect. Okay, 2 poems for 5 minutes. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make this brief because I'm getting hungry. And I'm going to leave after this. So let me get the share screen feature up and running. Damn.
Thomas, can you make him co-host? I have lost the participants window. Hold please, D. 1 second. I'm very sorry about this.
Sorry, D. I'm looking on my side and I'm trying to find it too, but I'm not seeing it.
I got it. More. I got it. Make co-host. Yes. Yay. You are now co-host, D. I believe you could share screen from here.
Thank you. Let me see if I can get this up and running now. The first poem is an original. And I'm dedicating this one to the host of Chaos Magick, the Magus, Gustav Sallas. This is called the Nephilim. Are they angels? No. Devils? No. Hybrids? Not. Giants? Not. Still, none can deny they pull. Reach into this mortal plane is magical and musical. And we have known them all these decades by their sullen look, exuding death and dust from prowling American western deserts of the past, clad in duster coats, cowboy hats, and dirt-caked boots, the 5 of them. Weave strong spells, invocations, swirling keyboards, sound programming, drums, bass, and guitars, and directing energies from all. Master Shaman, Carl McCoy gripping the mic, releases almost guttural croon, the lead taking over. Gothic ceremonies from strobe-lit concert halls, from smoky nightclubs, stereo speakers and iPod earbuds, sworn duty, sonic sorcery, having us followers dance, sway, cheer our enthusiasm by 5 seemingly supernatural minstrels, these Nephilim, like specters haunting and roaming nighttime fields. And that was an original poem called The Nephilim, about these 5 men from England. An old school Gothic band called Fields of the Nephilim. Still listen to them today. And the last poem is a cover of one of my favorite poets from the East Coast. This one is called Retrograde Ron. Let me tell you a little about Ron DeSantis and his retrograde views. Some of you know, to others, this will be news. He's old school like the 1860s, racist as fuck. Bans books and thoughts. Man, does he suck. Ron's anti-vax and anti-science to boot. To those who oppose him, he's a real brute. Just ask Disney what he did with Don't Say Gay. He must never be president. This I pray. His fascist views are regressive, domineering, autocratic, and repressive. Want to move toward to the future? We can't with Ron the Trumpist ass smoocher. So heed my words and don't buy the media hype. Ron's a fucking brown shirt gutter snipe. Not fit to lead this country, my friends. So stand against DeSantis, because this fight never ends. Retrograde Ron, written by the Magus Gustav Sallas of South Florida. The Trumpus ass smoocher himself.
Yes.
Retrograde Ron DeSantis. From this mic to your ears, I'm D. Allen. Thanks for listening. Spreading my own chaos magic. Good night.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
Hell yeah,
Spreading my
dude.
own chaos magic.
Yes.
Brother, we love you.
Fantastic
Yeah,
as
the
always,
shit,
D.
man.
And
Go
that's his
ahead, D.
backyard, DeSantis, too. So he knows what he's doing.
Wonderful.
D, I must say, D, I am so honored to have you read my poem. It was a beautiful read, and I thank you very, very much. It is an honor whenever someone reads my poetry. Truly an honor. And next up on the mic, we have Emily Cordes, who has the book that just came out, Queen of Swords. Go to Red or Green Books and buy this book. I can't recommend it strongly enough. Emily, will you bless us with some words?
Thank you, Megas, and thank you for setting this up. Congratulations on the start of another amazing mic. In that spirit, I'm going to be reading some old shit from my first book, Armful of Poppies, entitled New Shit. New shit, who dis? My inner perfectionist dies in fire that we spit. Ego's gonna shit some bricks, but self-judgment stones and sticks when my truth can't be eclipsed. Fuck the need to be so precious. Got no time for second guesses. Lay it out now, hot and fresh. From the cat's ass, speaker says. In the Zoom mirrors we're reflected, hearts exposed and unprotected. But like cookie dough and sex, it's the raw stuff that's the best. Mondays, Thursdays on the mic, lighting up my COVID nights. Even when shit hits, we're tight. Even mandates from on high, petty fucks who suck us dry, politicians oozing spite, can't extinguish our shared light. Later, as I lie in bed, new shit's forming in my head. Notes apps filling A to Z, chapbooks lined up to be read, till the day we slam again. So pass the mic like blunt and lighter, spark it like the Energizer. Thank you, fam, for this reminder. Shit can become fertilizer. All right. And this next
Emily.
thank you.
Nice. Go ahead, sis.
Thank you. And this next one is from my new book. It is the closing poem, a collaboration with the man of the hour himself, Megas. It's called The Fool's Journey. All right, let's take it away.
Hold on for 1 second. Could we spotlight both of us?
We do that? Okay.
Could we spotlight both of? Yes.
Yep, there we go.
Here we
Boom.
go.
Yes.
The fool, earth, air, water, fire. The fool's journey appears quite dire. Walking blindly off a cliff. He's optimistic, but will never know if the fool will fall to his death or live to breathe another breath. Each day is borrowed. Live your life. Transcend this plane of mortal strife.
Fools rush in where angels fear to tread, or maybe they ascend, casting faith in new horizons, journeys of 1,000 miles begun, praying that your wings will work, or trusting that in falling you will learn. Buoyed up by those same open arms you throw out to the skies. For faith's a form of magic. Embrace it and you'll fly. Enchantment lives in everything beyond what eyes can see. Surrender to unknowing and face the mystery.
The Magus, a magician, the word beautician, syllabic incantations, defying expectations, verbal wands of power, a million thoughts that flower, are fragrant roses from my pen, from Kether to Malkuth and back again, a master of the pentacles, with rhymes that wrap like tentacles around your brain and in your soul. Illumination is my goal. My sword of truth cuts through the air, cosmic consciousness, a family affair. The human mind, a sacred conduit to mysteries we are bound to intuit. Like water flows from cups of gold, and fortune ever favors the bold. Embrace the emotions that you feel. Love is the only thing that's real.
The lovers. Love is the path. Love is the alchemy. From separateness to union, from ego to duality, from death to immortality. Beyond this earthly plane, the love we share remains, an echoed canyon counterpoint against time's ceaseless refrain.
Love is the law, love under will. Love is the way, the light, and the truth, a unity and harmony divine. Though common sense plays little part in affairs of the heart, we attain the highest wisdom when we love.
Strength. When love and honor guide us, our spirits reach new heights. Based instincts tamed, not by restraint. In peace and certainty we find our might. True warriors tend gardens, mere gardeners seed war. In our divinity we rest secure.
The lion led on a chain of flowers by a woman in the fullness of her powers. Infinite energy leaps from the card, fortitude when times are hard. Courage will light the way, and surely you will win the day.
Life's tempests may unfold, in strength our center holds, an ever constant beacon in the heavens shining forth.
The star, the moon, the sun. You are my sun, the source of my light and inspiration. You are the moon, you light my night and give me insight. You are the star that guides this fool on his journey. In you I trust. I will love you till we both turn to dust.
And we are made of stardust, that same hydrogen and carbon, the same stars ancestors followed in the darkness now guide us. And the same dance of the seasons, sun and moon throughout the heavens, shapes our lives in cosmic cycles, in this endless wheel we spin upon, a boundless web in which we're all connected.
The wheel of fortune. Every day is a new spin on the wheel of fortune. Step right up, test your luck, and manifest your will. Oh, mysterious Sphinx, what divine intent dost thou have?
But the Sphinx does not reply. Her response, a cryptic smile. Foolish mortals, we aspire to interpret fortune's mind, or with cards and runes divine, cheat the house's loaded die. Many fail, though all have tried. Brave or foolishly defied the limits of our agency, the hidden forces governing our lives. Will we raise arms against a sea of troubles, or in our hubris on those same swords die?
The minor arcana. With this sword of truth I will to think. With this cup of water my feelings I drink. With this wand of passion I spit fire. With this pentacle of earth I am bound to this world, inspired. The fool becomes the magus, master manipulator of the elements. All is love, love under will. As above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below.
Each element in nature we possess. The mighty will not blind us by convincing us that we are powerless. The major and the minor, high and low, fool, emperor, mage, priestess, all dare to will, to know, to seek a truth that only lives within. The jester speaks this riddle. The journey ends where it begins.
King, queen, knight, page, from ecstatic joy to fits of rage, masculine, feminine, the yin, the yang, the trying, the failing, the Sturm und Drang, the minor arcana's royal suits, from beginning to end, the roots to the fruits, king, queen, knight, page, the journey from fool to sage.
Fool's errand turns full circle, the world laid at our feet. The cards spread out before us yield the wisdom that we seek. One chapter ends, but even then, we shuffle, cut, and deal another deck. Ceaseless in our striving, tireless in our quest. For even when the path demands we leap from towers and confront our devils, we journey onward up the hill with grace and heart and reverence. Unite
the elements
into
cosmic consciousness. Behold,
this is
the greatest story ever told. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Great, Emily, and great duo.
Emily, I strongly recommend both of her. Both of her books. This is Armful of Puppies, the first one, and Queen of Swords, both from Red or Green Books. Get them. Be there or be square. And
You dropped the
we
info
have
in
a
the
slight
chat here.
change to our lineup. We have a slight. Oh yes, please do give your love to Emily. Unmute your mics. Give your love to Emily.
That was wonderful.
That was
Woo!
amazing. That was a
For
lot of
both
work.
y'all. Woo!
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yes.
It was a beautiful, beautiful
Awesome.
dance.
Great
Very
Emily.
cool. Yeah. Dance, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And is Mr. Witt's back? What happened there?
Yes, I believe Mr. Witz is back, and we have a slight change to the lineup. Before Debbie, we're going to have Mr. Witz come in if he's ready to read. Are you ready, Mr. Witz?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Beautiful. Please bless us with your words, Mr. Witz, host of the beloved open mic on Wednesday nights. Who's naked up in here? Mr. Witz.
Blessings, family. Thank you, everybody, for your patience and your creativity tonight. I'm going to start with my cover piece. It's from an artist we all know as Gifted. It's entitled They See You. They see you. Eyes always upon you. Mimicking, admiring, staring, modeling. Don't be nervous. Be you. Be confident. For you are the mirror that feeds their soul. So shine and show them the way. They see you. Eyes always upon you. Mimicking your moves. Admiring your shape. Staring at your features. Modeling your style. So shine. Shine bright. Attract them to your light. Glow, baby, glow. Let them marvel in the beauty that they will never confine. Haters, wannabes, bullies wish they could be posers. They see you. So be you. They see you. Eyes always upon you. Knowing who you are on the inside. It will reflect on the outside. Live like there's no tomorrow because it's not promised. Laugh at your own mistakes and love. Love hard. Open arms. Love like you want to be loved. They see you. Eyes always upon you. Mimicking, admiring, staring and modeling you. Seeds you've laid, pieces falling apart. Then you picking them up again and again and again. Holding things together then better than hot glue, like real families do. They see you. So blaze trails, light pathways, pull down cloaks and daggers and allow your natural glimmer to shine vibrantly. Glow, baby, glow. Home.
Beautiful read of a beautiful gifted poem. She is so talented. Oh, Mr. Witz, thank you so much. Can you bless us with another piece?
Most definitely. Thank
Wonderful.
you. This is
Who was that
first
by?
time
Who was that
research.
by? Was that the original or the cover?
That was the cover. That was written by Gifted. This is an original piece from myself, written today, first time performed. It's entitled Family Secrets. What do you do when you find out you were conceived in a rape? and your father was the monster who preyed on your mom. And a lifelong, your mother had to keep his secret. And your grandmother knew before she passed. Maybe the pain of secrecy was what had killed her. Maybe it was the hurt of not being able to protect her daughter from her own father. But a child had come out of a child nonetheless, a child that needed to be mothered and fathered. What becomes of the house built on lies? Does its foundation bring it all down? What happens to the pride of a boy when he finds out his grandfather is actually his father, the man who forced himself onto his mother, as if her being part of him wasn't satisfying enough? Was the curse of her innocence something he'd been too accustomed to see be destroyed? So he took it upon himself to break her before the world could do her wrong. What happens to a mother molested by her father? Does she lay in a ball, bleeding on a bed, phantom living inside of her body every time her father visits? Does she think about killing herself or him or the child that his encroachment conceived? Do her thoughts of his unwantedness fester down into his seed? What happens to a family bound to secrecy, stemming from a father whose mother was raped by her own slave master, a white man who procreated a child and a young black girl, not much after her first menstrual cycle, and the child is born a bastard because of his black skin, and his mother, barely knowing how to take care of him, fears for his life more than her own. And the cycle continues on and on and on until one day a boy becomes aware his grandfather is actually his father, and his mother is a child rape victim who spiritually died a long time ago, and her hallowing corpse was kept alive and able to breed a kid. What becomes of the boy in the man when he realizes the secrecy of the man his father is? Home.
Wow. Thank you.
It's
That's the
Wow.
job of the poet. That's the job of the
God,
Yeah,
incredible.
yo,
Thank
you
you, my
did it. You
friend.
did your job.
So
Phenomenally,
That's the job.
phenomenal,
That's
amazing,
the job.
amazing, brilliant.
Fuck
Wow,
entertainment, man.
beyond
That's
mind
the
blowing.
job.
You lifted a lot of
I
weight.
felt the pain. I felt that pain.
You bench pressed a lot of
Damn.
emotional weight, like, and you did it
Damn.
without
Damn.
passing out. So, yo, that's dope. Appreciate that.
you took
Sometimes
us
we
all
don't
the
have
way.
the answer, but the voice, just putting the voice out there is as important of thinking you have like an answer to it. But just the way that you read that and wrote that, that's a phenomenal piece. That's the greatest piece I've heard from you ever. That's work.
Yeah,
That's
That's the
amazing.
job, the fucking job of the poet right there. Fuck entertainment.
Mister, could you read again the last 4 lines? It's just so moving.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all for receiving that message. It's definitely not an easy one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's
give me a
such a
moment.
powerful piece. I think the Megas got disconnected again. And the next
Well, she-
performer was
She
actually.
request somebody. Karen requested the last 4 line reread.
Oh yeah, reread. Okay, reread. Hopefully Megas comes back by then because it's Debbie Segal next with Megas after that too. So we have a little time.
Okay, I got
If
it.
you could reread the last 4 lines, we would appreciate that, brother.
And the cycle continues on and on until one day a boy becomes aware his grandfather is actually his father, and his mother is a child rape victim who spiritually died a long time ago, and her Halloween corpse was kept alive and able to breed a kid. What becomes of the boy and the man when he realized the secrecy of the man his father is?
Yo, so dope. Everybody,
Those 2
mute
words,
your.
breathe again, is it carries as much as the rest of the poem. Those 2
Breathe
words,
again.
breathe. Those 2 little words at the end. The rest of it is relentless. Man,
Mhm.
that's work. That's really good work.
Yeah, phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Wow. Wow.
Allowing someone to heal from all of that. Breathe
Mm.
again. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you, family. Thank you all for receiving that message.
Mm.
Bless. All right,
And,
so
and congratulations to Megas for this platform and the success of your new show, man. I'm proud of you, brother. You're doing
yeah,
a great
Megas
job.
is actually disconnected right now, but I'll make sure he gets the message. So what we are gonna do is Debbie Segal has something for us, and then hopefully Megas comes back during that piece so you guys can do the collab you guys have planned. So we're waiting on the host to reconnect, but we ready for you, Debbie. If you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh, this is like a little bit of something a little lighter. That was so powerful. I'm destroyed, but I'll try to get through. I'm going to do my cover first, and it's a Baudelaire poem, and it's a translation by Edna St. Vincent Millay. It's called A Memory. All this was long ago, but I do not forget our small white house between the city and the farms, the Venus, the Pomona. I remember yet how in the leaves they hid their chipping plaster charms, and the majestic sun at evening, setting late, behind the pane that broke and scattered his bright rays. How like an open eye he seemed to contemplate our long and silent dinners with a curious gaze. The while his golden beams like tapers burning there made splendid the serge curtains and the simple fare. That was Baudelaire. And then I took and wrote a poem after that poem, and it's called I Do Recall. I've forgotten a lot from those years, but I do recall our little white bungalow in the flatlands between the waterfront and the foothills. In particular, the sculptures, Goddess of Love and Goddess of Fruit, hiding in plain sight in a backyard full of fig, olive, and ginkgo trees. You couldn't make out the plaster of Paris statues unless you knew where they stood, all wabi-sabi and scraped worn from prior storms. A massive midsummer sun setting at 9 used to create fractal rays through our bay window pane, glinting like Sabbath candles on our small formica table, where we'd eat our summer suppers in silence. It wasn't that we were totally bored with each other. We were mostly speechless, mainly amazed at the spectacle of sun, which transformed those $2 flea market curtains into brocade and a bowl of top ramen into gourmet fare. Home.
Oh my goodness, Debbie, that was amazing.
I love those details.
Wow.
Paints quite the imagery. Okay, so Magus isn't back yet, and if he's here, he's very quiet. So we're gonna go on and to the next person. And when he comes back, you guys can do your collab. Does that sound good, Debbie? All right. Okay, so Kazi Kaz, are you ready? Bless us with some words.
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. All right. First of all, I wanted to congratulate Miss Maggie's, but I'll congratulate him when he comes back. Okay. So I thought I'd do my cover piece first. This is by a poet named Sonia Ringo. I was just recently introduced to her, actually today, as a matter of fact, by none other than the incomparable Nona Lee, man. Like, she put me onto this. Like, she knows her shit, like, for real. Okay, so this is that poem. This is titled, it's a short poem, Things I Would Do If I Wasn't Shy. Ancient incantations on the lock of your hair. Name my Tamagotchi after you. Write 15 songs about something cute you don't remember saying. Find an abandoned corridor in your heart and decorate the walls. Show up on your doorstep with a 3D printed Starbucks breakfast of sandwiches. Write our initials on the moon. Bring you to a pet store to view the local gerbil population. Buy us matching sweatsuits. Invent an elaborate mating ritual that only we would understand. Tell you that this poem is about you. Thank you. It just resonated with me when I saw it. The name is
Lovely.
Sonja Ringo.
Oh my God! Yes, please put that in the chat. I have been coming in and out of the room. I've been getting kicked off Wi-Fi. It's been crazy. Everybody, please give it up for Kazi Kaz and make sure you mute when the other people are performing. Please keep your mics muted. We love you, Kazi.
Love you too, man. Love you too. Hey, I want to congratulate you for your new show. You know, your pilot. I'm honored to be on here, man, for your first show, man. It's a first of many, man. Like, this is meant to be for you, man, for real. So,
Thank you so much.
Word up.
Yeah.
Word.
Did we skip Debbie Segal because of me?
No, we did me, but I'm so nervous. I'm like sweating like literal bullets for us to do our collab. Like, I'm shaking.
Cause, do you have one more?
Yeah.
Don't make me wait.
Okay.
I got another one. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Who, me or them?
Kaz.
Me? Okay.
Go for Kaz. Go for Kaz on the second poem.
Give me just 1 second, please, real quick. Okay, here it goes. Are we really gonna do this right now, phone? Hold on, my phone. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, here we go. This is titled, My Name. Honesty is the name of my loyal brother. Our father's name is Honor and integrity is our mother. Every single day, we make it a distinct privilege to tacitly rectify our way down to the virtue of Truth Avenue, which is only one tribute away from Kuth Boulevard, right around the morals of Ethics Street. As we reached our veneration, we noticed trust was arguing with dishonesty. They've never gotten along. Finally, our righteousness intervened to esteem between the two. Dependably, we got the two to uphold the symbiotic prestige merited by nobility's property. Kudos to their mutual decorum, by the way, but it didn't end there. Unbeknownst to us at the time, loyalty had been sneakily eavesdropping on the commendability respectfully reached between the two warring factions. But he wasn't alone. His two cohorts, deceit and trickery, wryly aided and abetted his blatantly disrespectful indignities. Without compunction, all three wily frauds wantonly tried infiltrating our upstanding characters by deviously hiding their ulterior motives and agendas to schemingly corrupt our majestic divination. But their insidiously underhanded transgressions, no contention, justifiably dignified worthiness. See, we can be crafty too. We slyly convince cunning and guile to ruse for us. We fool them into cheating their own greed. See, my name is a justice which delegates a legislative order from which decency has been cosmically derived, while being infinitely ordained by the celestially sanctioned regulations of which it has been formally comprised. Lawfully decreed by a universally directed edict which has behest that this executive writ be uncompromisingly authorized to systematically enact these warranted stipulations. See, here's a situation. Righteousness has respectfully mandated that every prestigiously commendable virtue of truism be justifiably implemented into my inherently esteemed title. Therefore, my venerably noble dignity is highly regarded as a reputably honorable distinction reverently worthy of exalted praise such as that in the Bible. Ethically determining that the survival of my honor's glory is absolutely vital to the moral integrity recognized in the benevolence of my honesty's revival, making these injunctive commandments the principal statutes which laudably regulate the dictated ordinances of my spiritual revival, which to me is more than primal. Existing to overcome the deplorably annihilating clobberings while overthrowing the oppressively controlling subjugations which violently silence the socially sovereign solidarities of our veritably vanquished voices. Valiantly commencing the commensurately vindicating chaos viably considered to be humanity's rebirth, one of our very few and limited choices. That's my name, also known as Cosme Damian Martin Jr. Thank you.
Your flow is undeniable, just so singular. There's a Kazi-Kaz style that is inimitable. And give it up for Kazi-Kaz, everybody. Give it up.
Yeah.
Good job, Kaz.
Thank you.
Freshman year making waves.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Mastery.
He covered
Thank
a couple of words. I popped them in the chat. I probably got about half of them. He covered some ground. That guy can cover ground, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. Word. Thank you.
Dr. Cosology.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is awesome.
Okay, everybody. Keep putting your love in the chat for Kazi-Kaz. And next up is Debbie Segal and some guy named the Gustav Sallas. Is that it? Capitalist,
Mr.
is that
Magoo?
right?
I don't know. Oh, I don't want to be on Big Head View. Okay.
Yes, thank you for
You gotta be
highlighting
big
us.
together.
Right? Okay.
Debbie's ready.
Yeah.
As ready as I'll be.
Everybody,
I just
please
wanna,
mute.
This is a disclaimer that this was written in like 48 hours, but I think it's really quite lovely, if I do say so myself. And it's entitled Icarus Hallucinates, a collab by the Magus, Gustav Sallas, and me, Deborah C. Segal.
Tongue-twisted, tongue-tied, time to try the never tried, time to fly, the brain's been fried, time to cry, the lovers cried, tell the truths that never lied, weak yet strong and undenied.
What is time but a construct? What is a tongue for? Just to suck? Tie knots in a cord for good luck, twisting long braids into dreadlocks, speaking tongues in the boondocks, till the end of time on moon clocks.
Tongues forming words of magic. When a thought dies unspoken, it's tragic. Feel the heartbeat in my words. Watch them fly away like birds that soar above the pain and sadness, near the sun like Icarus, madness.
To feel the burning light he soared, Not all problems are solved by a sword. By the beating wings an angel is heard. In the twilight, all the lines get blurred. Remember what I tell you, dear ones. Twisted darkness under fierce suns.
Nothing artificial about our intelligence, no pandering to the lowest common audience. While ChatGPT hallucinates, remember, time for no one waits. Time and space can set you free. Lord, what fools these mortals be!
That's how it seems to me, old friend. Everything that begins comes to an end.
Everything that
Everything that
begins
comes to an end.
Everything that
Everything that
begins
begins
comes to an end. Thank you. We love you all.
What? That was amazing.
Yes,
Get
yes,
another
yes.
Gaian.
Wow.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Amazing.
Love
Awesome.
it.
Yes. Word. Word.
Debbie, you did fine. You breezed it, nailed it.
I love that.
Yes, that was amazing. I'm screaming over here.
Wow.
But my
That's so
favorite is the thought dies unspoken is tragic. That was gorgeous. I love that. That says so much for everyone here.
Cheers, CC. Thank you, Catalyst. Thank you so much, everyone. This is just one hell of a great night, and we have more poets coming up. We are not finished yet. Coach Ja, are you ready to share some words with us? Will you bless us with some words? Could you mute your mic, Joeski? Yes, please. Thank you.
I'm not seeing Coach Ja.
Okay. Then we will move forward. Is the Jedi Master in the house? Paul Skiff, the Jedi Master, ready to share some words with us? Very excited for this.
Hi, everybody. Kind of
Woohoo!
astounded by this, call it this example of all the cross-pollination that goes on. So I'm just not going to go into it. I'm super thankful everybody's here, and Catalyst and Thomas and Magus. Your efforts are don't know what to say. Thanks. Obviously there was a need for this. That's why it's here. My cover is going to be a poem by Miguel Algarin called Poems d'Amour. It's one poem in 6 very short sections. Love gum. I will not tear your hair out if you stop chewing at my heart as if it were bubble gum. Sweetless gum. Remember the day you unwrapped me and found the sweet in me. Remember how you chewed till all my sugar dissolved in your mouth. And do you remember how you smiled, looked around, and stuck me like a juicy fruit, gum run out of flavor onto the chair that you left behind at the Tin Palace? Woman with teeth. Okay, I won't scream, but your teeth are scraping my head raw, and your touch explodes like bombs of anger, and your tongue in my ear has the roar of a storm bursting my drums as you choke me, trying to thrust your 5 fingers right down into my stomach, grabbing my lower colon and pulling till you've turned me inside out, exposing all of my organs. You want to play with my liver and bite at it. You want to bite my thyroid glands and get high on my adrenaline. Don't hide your teeth now. Don't pull them out, 'cause you're getting down to where I store what I can't digest. Don't give up now. Let your teeth relieve me of my constipation. Bite my leftovers. Go ahead, bubblegum chewer. Suck the acrid, bitter poison that destroys my inner self. Go ahead, skin scraper. Nibble at me with your piranha teeth. I won't scream, not if you bite my pain away. Nausea control. The other night we began to make love, and I was rum sick, mucho pot high, and all the food in my belly was trying to climb out of my gut. I looked at you dizzy, spinning, took a deep breath to hold down my vomit, slipped my right hand around your waist from left to right, lifted your full weight, turned you upside down, and as your legs peeled down, I took a face dive into your wide open mucus and cavernous cunt. Then I'm gonna read this poem that's not done. So, and some of it I don't really think is working too well. But I have to kind of do it out loud to figure out how to fix it and finish it. So if you will, I'm a terminal cancer on the economy, impediment on the workforce, unwanted, begrudged obligation owed to by social programs for years to come. I am a senior citizen. I deflate the hip and cool factor. I mute the sales pitch. I make this minute's slang piss in the wind. I survived the American hot dog. I outlived the Ziploc bag. I eluded all-day freshness control. I dodged protection from bladder leaks. I was faster than arterial plaque buildup. I ignored the discount introductory offer pitched by psychological evaluation. I profited from debt financed by municipal budget shortfall train delays. I stared down ghost guns run up here on the man stopper highway. I snuck by decades of political war criminals from Lyndon Johnson and Henry Kissinger to Oliver North and Little Bush. Not Big Bush, Little Bush. Big Bush's Little Bush. And I collected Social Security income to tell about it. I feel like where the ocean welcome cheers the bow of a boat splitting open passage given by freedom of the wind. I brandished hope in shape of a smile to weaponize my love. So when Armageddon and Apocalypse argue over planet Earth, while Doomsday snatches at it and Judgment Day never has a chance because of its fake moral authority and lack of credibility, I could simply cycle down my effort to attack lunacy of human hate and employ others in my dissatisfaction. In the blanched megalopolis of shadowless people, I hear the nonsense tides rhapsodize. I have under my footfalls free choice. I return to my luminous home in the unlimited universe of intoxicating murk, throwing less than a second of time to forever in this world, to the other side of what humans understand, with my feet pushing all the what's next further and further behind me, I will take one singular thing known that spreads emptiness and the temporary our life is made from, to turn common understanding of our ephemerality into laughter sprung from the aperture of your spirit the universe uses to fill you up. Fullness is what you feel, not what being complete means. You, yes, undoubted you. Splendorous pleasure worn by your skin, comfort hymnal in the altar of your throat, vanity, appearance reflected on your self-admiring naivete, undefined purpose that perseveres and eludes you until death, spiritual yearn that is your every still, exhausted, awakening into dawn, sorrow eclipse darkening generations with dim depredation like severe weather you trudge through, honesty craft you create from the who knows what of your inspiration, stubborn life in you that insists upon itself with each miraculous escape artist breath, because to be alive, you have to con the mandatory pain of being here requires placid hypervigilance that is not reactionary neurosis, but education received from harm, resolute love that from within you stands up and stands up and stands up and stands up to liberate passion every time the stock quote on numbness wants to bankrupt the wholly fulfilled tomorrow of you, forgiving heart, comforting as the womb, kept by you like a rare seed, saved for the next generation's love hunger, phenomenal survival, obsessive routine that parents your equilibrium. Check that drift into futility, confessional torrent with which you divert excruciating normality, cataloged trauma that never will decay, fade, feel less heavy, or let loose of your tongue. Belated reckoning where you rise in nature's balance, full of permission to overcome the real life monster just on the other side. Wild horizon beckoning you forward with primeval voice of uncivilized purity, whose love of unknown things and the never been to you both cherish. Reefed mainsail of because your skill at getting there is patient and calculating. Unexpected yell, unburdening your being as you are unsure if it is willpower or luminous creation that from the lungs out wears you like breath that buoyed you to surface from the birth canal. But you do not possess your throat in this moment, hey? Humanity does. I am a senior citizen, a spoiler of the order of privilege, unwanted, awkward reminder of your own limit, changer of all hierarchies, magnet for subordinate displays of kindness. I survived the interstate highway. I boycotted cancerous additive corn syrup. I granted amnesty to myself through the tax system and criminalization of the unemployed. I jumped over the American buying habit. I became unqualified for decades of pathological middle-class kin systems. I survived false hope. And yes, I did show up for my duties as a citizen. You just must know how to disqualify yourself for people who control moral superiority that has already made them violators. I survived the fact, even in the United States of America, only bullshit separates democracy from being a berserk mob where freedom of the dumb can become tyranny of idiots. I survived a culture that wanted me to never know me. I survived a culture that intended to bind and stunt me with gender attitudes. But my mother told me a man who measures masculinity with their dick will never have a manhood bigger than a handful of inches. Instinct, inspiration, fucking lucky guessing. Human traits whose only explanations are conceits. That is how I attained my current new status as a social liability threat and value wrecker. I am a senior citizen. The youth draining out of you feels more slippery when I'm around.
Well,
I
if you're
love
wondering,
this
Paul,
man.
that is working.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Yes.
Yeah,
Another
That
amazing
is-
piece. That
King.
was incredible.
that's why they call you
King.
the Jedi Master.
I
That's why they call you the Jedi
unapologetically
Master.
fucking love this man's work, man. It's just
Yes.
what he is so beyond. He is where we all should aspire to be that past ourselves and our ink and our pens to our words and our mouths. This guy does the work.
Yeah.
Is good. He's good. Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Okay, keep your love going for Paul. Skiff in the chat, the Jedi Master. That was, if you are wondering, Paul, that is working. That is the work. That is just fantastic. And now, from a Jedi Master to a Storm God, we have the host of the New Eureka Poets Cafe Thursday night online open mic with us. We have Elemental in the house.
Hey,
Will you bless us with some
sweetheart.
words, Elemental?
It's been forever since I've seen you.
Man, listen. It's Monday night. You know where everybody normally is, and we are all together in the place to be. Appreciate you, Megas, for doing what you do, right? As Oso said, it's not about the location, man, right? Poetry is a living, breathing organism, right? Where two or more are gathered, open mics pop up. It goes down like that, right? So thank you for doing what you do, man. You've been doing an incredible job, as I knew you absolutely would. To every poet who touched the mic before me and after, I truly appreciate your energy. It has been a while since I've seen some of y'all. It is great to share space. All your energy is so magnificent. I truly, truly appreciate you. I really dig the cover poem. I really dig that. So let me give you two poems and I'm gonna get out of here. My cover poem comes from someone in our community, someone I admire. He spent time with some cats that I truly admire. And his writing just reminds me, you know what I mean? Hopefully when I get there, that I can still do this. This is from I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance by Baba and Goma. This is My Pen's Got a Point. It's a gloomy day in Gotham, even the sky weeps. 2 trips around the sun short of half a century since the king of love was killed. Malcolm's cry was for self-determination, short-circuited by civil rights still absent, the debt of reparations still not paid. Peckerwood's disillusioned Confederate battle rags tapped to their consciousness, brains on lockdown, illiterate believers in the holy Babel, wishing for the good old days when strange fruit hung from poplar trees, Ghosts of Hitler's reincarnated, Klansmen dressed in suits of blue, water hoses replaced by tear gas, tanks and FEMA camps on standby for the coming Armageddon. Gentrification is ethnic cleansing. Land of the free, home of the brave. Doomsday looms on the horizon. As we pray, this is a nightmare. I'm afraid my tongue was handcuffed, struggling to sound the alarm, hoping you read this poem of liberation before the Fifth Amendment is taken hostage and thinking is outlawed. I'm just glad my pen's got a point. Yeah, I was from I Didn't Come to Hit a Tap Dance, the one and only Baba Ngoma. That dude just does that, man.
Great read. Wow.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you read it in his. You found his notes because you love music. If you know this. Ah.
Nailed it.
It's about music.
That was dope. That was dope.
I've been rocking with y'all for a while, man. Right? So I know a little bit about y'all, just a little bit, man. I know how phenomenal each and every one of y'all are. So I'm gonna share this piece that I shared on Monday night. This is my newest piece that I'm still trying to work the kinks out of. Also, so in essence, it is new shit. Listen, it's been a while, man, since I've had, it's been some years since Monday wasn't just like, where I was. So thank you. And I will do my best, man, to make sure that you are supported in the way that you need to hold this up. So thank you. This is Casualties of War. The first casualty of war is always truth as consequence for blasphemous tongue lashing in names of holy scripture called gospel. According to archangels still falling for anything, believe in nothing more than false calculations of what they consider deity. Pocket prophets profiting off pestilence poised on porcupine quills for wild kingdom deals that gorilla fist ecosystems into compliance with bright blue eyes on prize of prizes, surprised by my presence disguised as benevolence because they say I'm dangerous. Tell me, which mask are we to believe? From catastrophes they happily schemed in bed with devilish dreams of sucking Satan's speculations, swallowing serpents addicted to murder, speaking in body bags because there's no point in caucus alternatives that materialize your bastardized logic into westernized board games masked as government schemes because brothers gonna work it out. Whether pimping, Parker, or Coke, money makes state of union addresses, printing presses, print pyramids of protection, guarded by stormtroopers and jackboots as black-proof shadows, secure sickening secrets as beautiful reminder of whom they protect and serve, give life and limb to keep Jim and Jane plain as domestic violence radiating from corner to manicured corner, missing the entire points of revolt, speaking sarcophagus slang familiar to few on this side of SES wicked whip cracks sound as familiar as ghetto bird propellers chopping away any air left worth breathing, languishing in labor till work becomes 4-alarm fire sale, make you overdose on this matrix, reality, travesty of a fallacy that could only be spelled tragedy, but miraculously became republic stuffed with lawlessness signed with raw sewage, a septic system with sepsis make you anti because your biotics conflict with prescription meant to keep your super ego opposition to distinction while they manifest make-believe in reincarnations of maggots manifesting misaligned assignments for profit in history turn our story trapped in textbooks we call socialization. Curriculum, which we text books from Bing to Google, DuckDuckGo, everywhere. Everywhere our ancestors could only dream were facts, like walking in front doors, or making enough money to live, or making money, or making enough to actually fashion an existence, dancing on a devil's vocal cords, like learning a borrowed language from Beelzebub, bubbling torment into tyranny, triangulated and sickest of frequencies filtered on forked tongues, like Filet fornication in the prime rib, make it real estate, no gristle, top shelf, baby, acres upon acres of glory, soaked in savage screams that vineyard into quality bottles, aged to perfection. A perfect pairing with all things bloody, from ballet to battlefields. Keep it gangster. From infancy to infantry, war will claim its fallen soldiers who fell next to false gods, with terror for tears, breathing a hell spawn's last breath, chewing on broken halos that sound like prayer, like scripture, like gospel, according to nothing more than blasphemous casualties of war laid to rest as truth. Peace, y'all.
God damn!
Oh,
Yeah, it's so good to hear you spit. So amazing.
King Elemental.
wow.
Fucking
Oh,
composition,
hey,
entire
son.
fucking symphony in there,
Oh,
man. You
for
get the
real,
string
for
section,
real, for
fucking
real, for
everything, the
real.
music. Ah,
Everything that
man.
could be covered,
That's
you
that's
grab
2 in a
and
row.
covered it.
I'm just working on this poem. I might not be done yet.
Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
As we say,
Amazing work. Yeah.
as we say in Houston, you know, already. How we say it in
Wow.
Houston, already.
Already.
Wow. Wow.
You know what
Already
it is.
know.
Appreciate y'all.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Wow.
Thank you so much, Elemental. Yeah, thank you so much, Elemental. It is a delight every time we get to be honored with your words, honored with your words. You are a true poet. By the way, I am wearing an Elemental poet shirt tonight. This is Elemental's Vision Works. Get yourself some Elemental gear. Get yourself some Elemental gear.
And for those
If
who
you could
don't know,
possibly
he's moved over to Thursday. You got to know that Monday's dawn. Monday's done. That's
Yeah,
why you guys
Gustav
picked
is
up
taking
on the
the
miracle.
torch for Mondays, and the Elemental will be on Thursdays.
Wait, whoa. Monday's not gone. Monday's right here. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying
not
that,
gone.
that's
No.
Monday
Monday's not
opened
gone.
the void for this. I got
Monday's
it.
right here.
Yeah.
This is the new address of Monday night. New York moved down the street to Thursday. Right?
Yeah, no,
this is
I
the new
stand
Monday
corrected.
night. Let's do it.
And sign up
There
for
ain't no
Monday.
void. There ain't
Sign
no
up for
void.
Thursday is on Tuesday now. Could you put all
Tuesday
that in the
and
chat,
Wednesday.
Elemental? Sign up.
Yes,
Yeah,
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday and
We're gonna
Wednesday.
open the list 48 hours instead of 24. So the list will open tomorrow, but it'll still be open all the way up until 24 hours. So it'll be open basically all the way up until the microphone. So you got it. Come through, sign up 8 o'clock. Make sure you come through Thursday night. It's gonna be a banger. You know what it is. Appreciate you, Gustav.
And he's doing a 3-step. He's doing 20
Love
poets.
you,
He's
Elemental.
doing the after thing for the good luck, and then he's staying open for a mind-blowing free for all, which is really cool.
Okay. Our next poet up is Lilith. Lilith, can you bless us with some words?
Oh, she's not here anymore. She just came to observe.
Okay. I'm so sorry to hear that. Next up, Amadeus. Amadeus, can you bless us with some words, please?
Happy to. The first piece, basically, I would be doing a cover poem. And it goes way back to Sumerian time, Mesopotamia. And the title of this is The Hymns of Inanna by Enheduanna. Lady of all powers, in whom light appears, radiant one, beloved of heaven and earth, tiara crowned, the priestess of the highest God. My lady, you are the guardian of all greatness. Your hand holds the 7 powers. You lift the powers of being. You have hung them over your finger. You have gathered the many powers. You have clasped them now like necklace onto your breast. Like a dragon, you poisoned the land when you roared at the earth in your thunder. Nothing green could live. A flood fell from the mountain. You, Inanna, foremost in heaven and earth, lady riding a beast, you rained fire on the heads of men, taking your power from the highest, following the command of the highest. Lady of great rights, who can understand all this is yours. In the forefront of the battle, all is struck down by you, O winged lady. Like a bird, you scavenge the land. Like a charging storm, you charge. Like a roaring storm, you roar. And the thunder of thunders, short in rampaging winds. Your feet are continuously restless. Carrying your harp of sigh, you breathe out of the music morning. It was in your service that I first entered the holy temple. I, Enheduanna, the highest priestess, I carried the ritual basket. I chanted your praise. Now I have been cast out to the place of lepers. Day comes and the brightness is hidden around me. Shadows covers the light, draped in its sandstorm. My beautiful mouth knows only confusion. Even my sex has turned into dust. What was once chanted of Nana, let it now be yours. End of peace. So,
Woohoo! Yeah, Amadeus, you have a original to bless us with?
Yes.
Everybody unmute for a second. Okay, let's go. Let's let Amadeus speak. Go for it.
All right, so this one is a bit dark, so listeners be advised. And it's entitled The Wrath of Alab's Phoenix. Angti, Exak, Egmak, Egulhum. You know, the collective knew that I had little respect for people in authority, because when their leadership would be challenged, instead of defending it, they would hide behind their titles. And when disrespected, often I would hear, just who the hell do you think you are? Vladimir's or Vladimir Amadeus, remember that name. Days where Alab Adsina would rage on different events. Days when the collective would wreak havoc. Days where the collective would train to never accept defeat. Indeed, my partner Sapphire Azure showed no love. Agiek ahera aktamte amhuman aktuab abnilasua abdukam. I may not be that person anymore, but today in this event, you will have a taste of the Phoenix hostility. Estolano animasola, espagala rueno sagraka it gait biom egusum. Oh no, he's here! Where are the police poetry slots? Because of that motherfucking Amadeus and his godforsaken collective. That makes our work look like shit. I'm not going to let some male Asian bastard win and get that publication so he could take over European works. That's Yupa poets thinking out loud. And here's a new one. Today I would just hear, you want the best? Then aim for Tesoro. But let me tell you something. I'ma come at them with my horns like an El Toro. I'm a spitfire. I'm a phoenix that burns with no mercy. I'm a poet who treats my enemies with animosity, just like what I did with the Yupa poetry, and her name was Charity. The hyper-feminist and racist bitch got what she deserved as she faded away when Alabatsina placed dark spells and put her life to 50-50. Kait gait biom egusum kait biom egusum. She hated my guts for being a man and wanted me to be removed. She hated Azure and following me and wanted her to be removed. Treating us like shit, like some slave because of her misconception about women empowerment. I remember people would say, she's cosmic, but Ala would say, oh, how pathetic. They call her supersonic, but we say, oh, how ironic. So spells were cast and her hardships were traumatic. Sickness after sickness and her money just gone like a flick. And her life went to ashes because of the attacks of blood magic. Indeed, we once lived under her group's shadow. But rest assured, they died in ours. Salvum pactum nobis agusum. End of peace.
Amadeus, yeah. Everybody, unmute your mics and give it up for Amadeus. We have a
Nice
few
work.
more.
That was intense.
Nice work, Amadeus. It's great to hear you.
Love that poem. When you really start talking about who you are and what you're about, man, it comes out very, very clear. Love that piece.
Okay. Next up is this cat who I ask you all to please fasten your seatbelts, put your tray tables up in their upright position, and be ready for CP Maze. CP, would you bless us with some
Hey.
words?
What's good, everybody? Glad to be here. Like really,
Love
really
you,
glad to be here. Can y'all hear me? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Really glad
hear
to be here. As soon as I heard word that this might happen, I kind of got a Woody. Not a full Woody, a partial Woody, because I had to see how Monday night was going to be. So now it's a partial Woody, and I'm so excited. I got a cover poem that changed my life forever in the Marine Corps, and I have a personal poem. So let's go with the cover. No, personal poem. It's called Cash in Foreclosures. Cash in foreclosures, cold shoulder. Deposit the driven of my dreams drove off cliffs in God's lips. He speaks with a slight lisp, tells me heaven and hell failed me last Friday. I don't know about you, but I'd rather deceive, rest, offer up Jesus, my jawbone for another broke-in sin sets. Pompous preachers loose tooth me a testament in a pulpit with the choir of gang. Banging, sanking punchlines. Lisa was a loose cannon of a negligee. Never timed her never minds. I love yous lining the carriage of your marriage certificates. Let me hold your smitten, hidden, and birth certificates. Damaged standards, hammered heartbreak, and divorce certificates. Christ is the kid of God, Lord, Savior of child support fees, master's degrees, and death certificates. All of this paperwork was printed from the same goddamn tree. The body of your breath is a heavenly sit, hallelujah, angel with a half human for a hybrid heart, while he was just a 1980s Corolla with a life broken steering column plus the strip gear shaft. No life insurance he could help him from car wrecking his dick into everyone, and I'm so sorry for that. Single model mothers and model family homes wearing so many hats. Even half of your unhappy closet skeletons have a sick carpet fit shoe game to match. Transmission fluid. Can you find me, Lisa? Please tell her that no one has helped her blown out all of its entire tall tail lights. Lisa, listen, Lisa. Only reason we're living all rear view mirrors cracked. And so you can stop focusing on all of the wrong returns in your life that you just came back from. Dreams, driven and drive, stay alive. Get it done, hun, before God's factory warranty becomes said and done. Sometimes we are all in dire need of a Messiah for the same reason dictates. Sometimes we need a miracle of a miracle of a mechanic. They're both well trained to fix shit. God and the mechanic, we let slide for way too long. By the way, baby girl, your candy-coated, certified pre-owned body is a beautiful, well-kept, and pristine machine. Poem. Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh,
CP. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
It works because I'm thinking about putting it in my manuscript.
Oh yeah. That
Okay.
works. As Nemo says, you can't be prepared for CP Maze. You can't be ready.
Yeah,
You
just go with your gut. It's personal, but you'll know.
Wash
over
Try.
you. Yeah.
Time will tell your heart whether to answer to that one.
When I was in the Marine Corps, on my first and second tour, I kept a small book of Socrates and Plato's ponderings. Kept it in my back pocket, no matter if I was in camis or a flight suit, right? Also on that bus, on that bus, fuck, that's a Navy ship. Attached to a Navy ship, on that ship, I came across this cat, and he changed my world for fucking ever. He made me feel like it was okay to write the way that I do. And I will always love his work for that. The cover I am doing, the one that changed my life forever, it's called Howl by Allen Ginsberg, one of the dopest American poets, I believe, that has ever written. Howl. For Carl Solomon. 1. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, starving, hysterically naked, dragging themselves through the Negro streets at dawn, looking for an angry fix. Angel-headed hipsters burning for the ancient heavenly connection to the starry dynamo in the machinery of night, who poverty and tattered are hollow-eyed and high sat up smoking in the supernatural darkness of cold water flats floating across the tops of cities, contemplating jazz, who bared their brains to heaven under the L and saw Mohammedan angels staggering on tenement roofs, illuminated, who passed through universes with radiant cool eyes, hallucinating Arkansas and plague-like tragedy among the scholars of war who were expelled from the academies for crazy and publishing obscene odes in the windows of the skull, who cowered in unshaven rooms in underwear, burning their money in wastebaskets and listening to the terror through the walls, who got busted in their public beards, returning from Laredo with a belt full of marijuana for New York, who ate fire in paint hotels, on drank turpentine in Paradise Alley, death or purgatory their torsos, night after night, with dreams, with drugs, with waking nightmares, alcohol and cock, and endless balls, incomparable blind streets of shuddering cloud and lightning in the mind leaping towards poles of Canada and Patterson, illuminating all the motionless world of time between peyote solitudes of halls, backyard green, tree cemetery dawns, wine drunkenness over the rooftop storefront, burrows of tea head, joyride, neon blinking traffic light, sun and moon and tree vibrations in the roaring winter dusk of Brooklyn, ash can rantings and kindly king light of mine, who chained themselves to subways for the endless ride from Battery to Holy Bronx on Benzedrine, battered bleak of brain, all drained of brilliance in the dear light of the zoo, who sank all night in submarine light of Bedfords floated out and sat through the stale beer afternoon in desolate fugazis, listening to the crack of doom on the hydrogen jukebox, who talked continuously, 70 hours from part to pad to bar to Bellevue to museum to the Brooklyn Bridge. And I'll stop the poem right there because there's a lot to it. But that's Howl by Allen Ginsberg, one of the poets, or one of the most known poets out of the Beat generation. Changed my life forever. Thank you all.
did justice to that read.
Yeah, really.
Great
Wow.
job, CP.
It's like
Not
it's
fair,
like
CP. It's not fair.
it's
Thank you, thank
it's
you.
like
I mean,
how
not
it
about
was
the mic.
written for you to read. It's like it was written for
Yeah.
you to read.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I
How
can see why that
wow.
poem jumped out at you, man.
And
It just
what a reader.
it's a perfect black hole. It's the perfect labyrinth to your maze. It really is. It's just a dope poem.
Nice. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well said. Jesus.
Thank you. Shout outs to Ginsburg. I mean, God, and then Ginsburg. Shout outs to both of them. Without them, none of this would be possible. Thank you all for the Grammy. I just have no sense. Thanks, y'all.
Okay. Up next is Principe. Principe, can you bless us with some words?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
First I would be reading the cover by Maya Angelou. Her poem is called Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trot me in the very dirt, but still like dust I rise. Are you beset by set? Are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room, just like moons and suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high. Still I will rise. Did you want to? Did you want me? Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head, lowered eyes, shoulder falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? Don't you take it awful hard? 'Cause I laugh like I got gold mines, digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like air, I will rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a prize? That I dance like I got diamonds at the meaning of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I'll rise up from and past that rooted in pain. I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping in wet wide, rolling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. That piece, and now read my own piece. It's called Under America's Hand. America had never been great for people of color. Black people came here in chains, expected to work for nothing. With awareness, some jumped like pole faltered, like strong, sturdy, melanated folk. We rose above the fray, outstayed our assistance. Still, we were treated with no regard. We stay on guard, especially as runaways. We knew the one-way golden ticket was departing the fences of our confinements, treated the indigenous with poison, hit every other group with the mockery. Today they eat what they got. Black made a way out of no way. If it wasn't for us, the U.S. would be toast. Still, they dog us. They dog everyone out like perpetrators. Perpetrators are being us, more like envious, which causes them to be greedy of our culture, trying to be like us, fuck us, love our swag, want to bag our skills. Here's the deal: they can't Henrietta lock us, not in them to do such a thing. Final noteworthy note: America owed a great deal of debt. America owed a great debt to those rendered powerless. In the poem,
Thank
Sipe,
you.
Yeah, Principe.
inspired
All
Joyce.
right.
Thank you, Principe.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Word by
Beautiful
word,
read
week
of
by
an
week.
To hear
amazing poem.
you.
Love to hear you, Principe.
Yep, tell it.
Tell it. Now, there's a little confusion here at the Chaos Magic headquarters as to who is still left on the list. Thomas, could you unmute and let me know who is next up?
I believe we have Karen.
Karen. Karen Melander Magoon. Yeah, could you bless us with some words?
Thank
Come
you.
on, sis.
Thank you for
Thank
asking him to
you.
read
And
those
that was
lines again
great,
too, Karen.
Principe.
That
Great
was
job, Principe. I mean, I've really enjoyed everybody. Great evening. And yeah, this is kind of a first. It's never on Monday. So I just happened to see it was happening and here I am. I've been really profoundly distressed by what's happening in the Middle East. So you may not feel the same way I do, but I'm going to write this song. This poem is called Beethoven's Birthday in Gaza 2023. You know, his birthday was December 16th. At least that's what people assume because he was baptized on the 17th. And, you know, the only records you have are the church records. So people figured, okay, he was born on the 16th, maybe a little earlier, but let's say. December 16th, birthday of Beethoven, who wrote of the fraternity of all humanity. This same day in Gaza, shortly after the last day of Hanukkah, 9 days before Christmas, nearly 400,000 people are struck with Zionist-engineered plague. As 1.9 million people hardly survive in a postage stamp area ravaged by bombs, leaving homes, schools, and hospitals demolished, babies buried in rubble, water pipes destroyed with 2,000-pound bombs, toilets eliminated, forcing exhausted survivors to defecate in the open, sleep in the rough, fight rats and mosquitoes, fight the spread of bacteria and viruses, propagating quickly in puddles, filthy water that cannot be boiled for lack of fuel, lack of electricity, lack of means to boil the little water found in drains or puddles, the little water one must drink anyway, hoping not to die of diarrhea, influenza, chickenpox, meningitis, typhoid, or tetanus, or discover impetigo, lice, scabies, or jaundice on the skin of babies washed in dirty water, trying to sleep amid heavy rains and flooding of sewage water, or just born into this hell, fighting for their lives, while doctors expect thousands more babies to die, killed by bombs or disease, or simply left under the rubble, little bodies left to die in Gaza, in Palestine, 70 miles from Jerusalem, 70 miles from Bethlehem, where Jesus was born over 2,000 years ago, a Jew who would ask all people to love one another and would never know what would be done 2,000 years later in the name of false Judaism taken in vain to murder a whole people in Palestine, land of his birth. And I just lost a very dear friend whom you didn't know, I'm sure. He was a musician. He played the piano by heart and taught himself everything. And he died just today. And I just heard about it 2 hours
my
ago.
Condolences. Oh, my condolences, Karen. Oh,
So
please.
this has been a grieving time for me, period. You hear from the last poem how I grieve for that. And now for AJ, who accompanied me for many, many years when I did jazz. And so I wrote this poem for him. We lost a great soul, a great musician, who learned and played music from his heart, who listened and loved with music, who played the piano with magic, magic in his fingers and his heart, magic in his music, called AJ. He was greater than many realized. He encompassed the spirit of music. He played with magic beyond art, with a touch lighter than air and a heart deeper than the ocean. Thank you, AJ, for blessing our lives.
And thank you, Karen Melander
Thank you,
Magoon, for
Karen.
blessing this
Well,
mic.
condolences,
Thank you
Karen.
so much. Our condolences. Yes, our condolences on your loss. We feel as you do. We feel with you. Love to you. Please continue your love in the chat for Karen Melander Magoon. And last up, this is our last poet for the night, if I'm
Magus,
not
is this
mistaken,
the
Thomas,
last
right?
performer?
This is the last performer,
No
Nick.
way.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Okay. We have Haze Berry on the mic. Haze, can you bless us with some words?
Yeah, thanks for having me. And sorry I'm late. I in a moment of very poet sort of interpretation, I thought 8 o'clock and I thought 8 PST. So I'm 3 hours late. So sorry I missed everybody go. Thank you for having me. Mage, we got time for me to do a cover and my own original, or should I do one?
No, do two. We
All
want to
right.
hear you. We
All
want to
right.
hear your cover. We want to hear who you love, and we want to hear your words.
Right on. Thank you, brother. All right. This is a poem by my favorite poet named T.R. Hummer. It is from his book Life After the Afterlife. It's called Architect. How nice it would be to die swimming into the sun. Le Corbusier said more than once in French, wherein the word nice is nicer. Why would you want to live in such an ugly building? Live or work or pray or stand in an endless queue for a copy of your death certificate. The sun draws its fiery line across the Mediterranean, italicizing Europe. Who dares to cross the great water while children cling to their rubber swans, dabbling in the shallows, and the old man sits sipping his Negroni? The shade of a striped umbrella bruises the blueprints of the Blitzkrieg, rolled up and tossed on the sand next to his towel and sandals. But you enter here, line up. The hallway is pleasant by design. It is hung with paintings of nothing. It ends in a burning portal. How nice it would be. Home.
Great
Yeah.
read. Great read. Yeah.
Yeah, TR is my hero. I don't know why he's not a household name, in my opinion. All right. This is a poem that I just worked on recently. It's my first confessional style poem. I'm very nervous and excited to read it. Trigger warning for sexual assault. So here we go. How to be destroyed. Writing for Pete's sake. Writing to make room for Lucifer's speech impediment. Writing to unfurl this quarrel of butterflies from my mind's eye. Writing to scrawl "fuck you" over and over onto every blank canvas I can dream up. Writing "fuck you" right here, right now, in the echo chamber of this room. Writing because I love you. Because I want you to die. Because I can hold you. Because I can heal the wild mutinies you harbor so dearly in your intrepid skin. See them swimming so close to the surface beneath your translucent shell. Writing because fire can no longer sustain, and ice is too cold, too steeped in the mud of its certainty to feel this jazz. Writing because my family has drowned, sucked under by the riptide of accumulated wasp nests, of slights and misgivings, clung to so tightly like a little boy to his first balloon. And now my ankle is broken. Not broken, but shattered. Not shattered, but badly sprained. As useful to me as the sweet architecture of San Francisco street lamps and skyscrapers and zombies with lollipops and pennies over their eyes with a picture of George Bush and "In Trank We Trust" etched on the side. And now I can no longer soar, can no longer crash against my brethren at the fittingly named MLK basketball court. Martin, sir, you would understand my wicked rage at this poor, stupid shit show of an ankle, my carnival of despair, that I can no longer go to this place where the costumes of color and timbre and orientation and aspiration and fear and pain and money and filth mean nothing. And I know nothing except I love to breathe heavy and have the pinnacle of my cowardice pressed right up to my face. Do you really want this? At the Everest of fatigue, and to see my sweet enemy feeling similar. And in this moment, I am not alone. And I know you, my sweet opponent, and am known in this sacred crucible of violence we've carved together. To feel safe, finally, with being touched. But as I read this to you, open minds, I do not wish to shake your hand. I do not know how to hug you. I cannot fuck you. I do not want a blowjob. I can serve you the same way I could do your dishes, but there is no life in it for me anymore. Look at me. Look at me. Look at the tall white man with enough to eat, a car, a roof over my head, my 2 eyes and ears, my very real privilege. Know that I too have been raped. Look at me. Look at me. See me. Tall, white, American, cisgendered male. See me. Look at 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 me. See a crater. See the smoldering nothing. See the absence of everything. See the burnt out cities. See the ruined skylines. See the smoke in the air, which the wind will need more time to disperse than hours I have to live. See me scrawling French conjugations into a notebook when she threatened to have the baby in France. See me having failed every strategy I could connive to keep us in contact so we could learn to communicate before we bring this fawn with a black hole in its heart into the world, waiting for her to come over. See me having unprotected sex with this person because she told me we were bringing a new soul into the world. See me as a body animated by some emissary of my being, which has retreated within the within, the within, the within, and I am somewhere beneath, and she's on her way over. And see my dick hard and my desire to die. And it was all a lie, a lark. I hope she had a swell time. Can you blame a cat for what it does to a mouse? See me. Look at me. See me as a crater. But Dr. King, on your courts, I am safe. I am safe with another man crashing into me as I leap for a rebound. I am safe when someone falls and I am too tired to stand, but I reach over to help him up. I am safe when the nimble young player careens off me, spin move, half step, push off, fadeaway, jump shot, swish. I smile when I do my best and the tall, young, wiry, redheaded man smashes the ball back into my face. I am thrilled when the young boy underestimates my quickness and I draw the charge and he knocks me flat on my back. I play with Legos in the attic of my busted lip. I sit on the front porch enjoying the rain on the tin roof of clashed knees. What have you to teach me now, basketball? To grieve, to grieve, to learn how to be destroyed, look down and see a sapling fighting through cracked asphalt. Poem. Thank you.
Woohoo! Yes,
Oh,
from
Incredible.
So powerful.
really
Very.
powerful.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
awesome.
Yeah,
really
it's
really remarkable, and
Oh
I
my
understand why you introduced it as a confessional poem, and how doing so made me aware that you're about to go somewhere where you usually don't go, and so I honor that. I honor the journey, the courage, the writing, and what it took to do and say that, and the tenderness that it's
So
not an easy thing to do.
courageous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
Vulnerable
So
courage.
brave. Yeah.
You know, that's one of the magic that happens. Almost everybody
So
here,
brave.
We love
at
you.
one time or another, does that.
Wow.
Courage is a miracle here.
I wouldn't have had the courage if it wasn't for how cool everyone is and getting to see everyone.
That was awesome.
So thank you.
Understood.
That was Rockstar. Wow. Gustav, thank you for letting me come.
Thank you. It was great. Great, Megas.
Great, Megas. You stepped up, man. You stepped up. You followed your dream and you introduced the
Megas is
platform.
froze.
Oh,
Yeah, so
man.
Megas is froze right now, which sucks because we all want to give him his roses. Because tonight, I
That
don't
was
know if they're
amazing, you guys.
right, and
Go ahead.
or I was just gonna say I don't think there's a premiere of an open mic that started that had like this much success, the caliber and the quantity and the quality of the people that showed up for the first run of an open mic. I think that it may have been the most successful. I know when we started open mics just over a year ago, our first show we had like 6 people, and and so for the launch of a show to be so successful, like
You know, he gives so much love. I wish he was here. I hope he could still hear this, but he gives so much love. And they say, what comes back to you is what you give out. And I think he earned it. And you're absolutely right. I second that.
Absolutely, 100%.
Hopefully he'll hear the recording.
yeah, I'll show him the recording because I'll be like, oh, you missed it. We're all giving you roses.
Well, I am a patron. Gustav is like my best friend. You guys are amazing. And he said, I don't know how it's going to turn out. So I didn't put it on my Insta. So, oh my God, my friends are going to be so excited to come see you guys perform. It was, oh my God, the level of work. I mean, Gustav is like crazy talented, but the level tonight was crazy, right?
Yeah, it's usually like that for us here at Open Minds on Fridays and Mondays now. Like it's we have a pretty good night, Elemental. We love you.
Good night, Elemental.
We'll make sure that Gustav, keeps the Monday nights going and fulfills that.
I appreciate all y'all, man. Nothing but love. I'll see y'all soon. All right. For real.
Much love, brother.
Thursday. I'll see y'all. Peace.
Yeah, I love you, brother.
Fabulous.
Yeah, this is also, I will say that this is a community that is people whose faces I really, really kind of depend on seeing a couple times a week. This has reminded me of when I was a teenager and I used to go up to a particular park and hang out at a park with, you never knew who was going to show up, and it would be somebody among the like 50 to 100 like Berkeley teenagers in the 70s, and you'd always find somebody to smoke a joint with you or have a good conversation with, or ride off on the back of somebody's bike and go look at the view or something. So yeah, I'm really, really feel very honored
welcome
and
to the
grateful.
lunch club.
It's nice.
We're here
I'm
now
spoiled.
every Monday and Friday. So yeah, we hope to see you guys here next Monday. We'll give it a little time for Megas to pop back in just so we can say all that. And
He's trying. I can see the dots bouncing up and down.
yeah, we're messaging him. We're getting him on. If you guys want, I could read a poem.
Yes, for sure.
Most deaf.
I'd love to hear one.
Please.
I don't even know where my phone is. Hold on.
Catalyst, do you have one, sis?
Oh yeah, Catalyst. Are you gonna read one?
I'm such a fan. I'm such a
Yes.
fan, Catalyst.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, Magus will
Mama.
die if he comes in and misses the Catalyst.
Maybe he should log out and try. He's connecting to audio now.
Yes.
Let's see.
Here. Okay. So instead, Nemo's got a great idea because wifey wants to hold on, no, like, what are you doing? Oh, because we're not the full host. Ah, we're in limbo right now because I gave Magus the host, so Nemo, actually, I can't make you co-host. Or reclaim host. Okay, yeah, I can. All right.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. By the way, he called me and said he didn't have the Zoom thing, and then you guys made it happen. So
yeah.
Catalyst,
We
I
added
didn't know
him
you
to the
were. I
account.
didn't
We
know
had to
you were
pay
Mama
money.
Open Minds. I love that.
Yeah, she's the one that birthed it. She's like, well, I went to an open mic and I read some poetry that I wrote when I was like 16, right? And I'm like now, like 36 at the time, I think, 37, whatever. And I was like, I read at an open mic. She's like, you should do that every Friday. So I was like, all right. And by week 3, we like everyone was like, we had just this amazing, show, and it's been just over a year now. And like, yeah, it's thanks to her. She was like, do an open mic. You write more. And I wanted to do it because then I'm like, then I gotta, So, all right. I'm gonna read this one. It's called Brother. But it's called Brother, but this actually goes to all my family. My sisters, my brothers, my theys, my thems, my whatever you identify as, just my sibling. But it's just a little easier to title it my brother. Tectonic plates smashed together, pulling mountains higher. Electronic states of matter, pulling oceans lower. Chronic fates subscatter, notions over atom smashers. Created in a supernova, our souls are connected forever. Affiliated in future hours, scrolls motivated by selected powers. Our blood holds the same past, a bond that lasts forever. A song made out of gold we grasp and sing together. Whether we cry or laugh, fly high skyward, acquired knowledge and power passed through generations, we seem to be facing a place of significance. Let's make the best of it. Influence the youth to seek the truth. Do it for me. Do it for you. Few can reach a state to teach, preach a better new. We are all one family, and thankfully we choose love and light, hugs, not fights, right the wrongs that left a blight. Bless the minds, the blinds with the gift of sight, enlighten those souls with a bit of bliss tonight. Maybe recite a poem that grows on them, shows them that we are all one, chosen, we have all one. Let's celebrate, demonstrate pure love, rejuvenate our souls from above. Poem by Thomas Openmine.
Rockstar.
Yeah, baby. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
I love it, man. It's great.
Yes.
Awesome. Catalyst, did you have something else to spit? Oh my God,
I'm
I
actually
don't
gonna
want to
do a
go.
Catalyst cover
Yes.
for my cover because I don't know if she wants to perform. Maybe she wants to perform. Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to
Oh.
pressure you. I'm so sorry. I don't know the
My
etiquette.
cover?
Sorry, guys.
No pressure,
Huh?
no pressure.
Oh, you're gonna no? Are you gonna do it? We want you to do it.
We don't
No,
know
no,
the
no. I don't want to
etiquette
pressure.
either.
Yeah,
Don't
no
worry about it.
pressure,
I'm not
but yeah,
pressuring.
we love it.
Yeah.
No
Whatever, you can cover it. Definitely would love it though. Got to inspire the inspirer. Is that a word, inspirer? Kazi Kaz confirms the word. I love it.
So good. Kazi, your work was so great as well. Do you have something extra that you can like maybe share?
Thank you so very much. Right now, I mean, is Catalyst gonna go, or is Catalyst gonna go? Or...
I think we're waiting on Catalyst right now.
No, she said no, and it took the phone. I wanted to do a cover from her too.
Oh yeah, no worries. No, I don't want to pressure her.
Right.
Kazi, do you have something? I'd love to hear something.
For me?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I appreciate that. Wow, thank you so very much. I mean, it's cool with Tom.
Oh, is that okay, Tom? Sorry, I'm just the audience here, you guys. I'm sorry. It's so great.
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna do a cover too, cause in the spirit of doing the cover and that, but nah, I would love to hear a piece from you, bro.
Are you sure you don't want to go first, man?
Do the cover first, Tom, and then.
Please.
But, yeah, I don't know who to cover now, cause she took the phone. Yeah, I want to do a cover one of yours. That's fine.
I'm gonna say good night, everyone. Since we're
Good
not gonna
night,
get
Debbie.
that
Good night, Debbie.
cover.
Good night, Debbie.
I'm gonna do a Catalyst
Take
cover
care.
if you want to hear
Oh, you
it.
are doing a Catalyst cover?
Yeah,
Wait, are
she's
you or aren't you? Oh, okay. I'll stick around.
I know, it's so good.
I've never heard a Catalyst poem, so I'm gonna stick around.
All right. So I haven't read this before, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we'll give it a go. This is written by Catalyst, performed by Thomas. I'm divulging on my difference, these divergent monkey tactics trapping my mystical moments while splurging on madness. I master the funky feels, peel my bananas with thumbs hand out, imagining magic deals, tripping on gripping the wheel, stealing home base. It's a chase that I might leave, that might leave me chafed, but the chalice contains an end to the malice, so Alice is my guide as I fumbled inside the rabbit hole, into the fold, phase to a place that stays whole. That was written by Catalyst.
All right.
I
Grace,
love that.
Grace Blick is smiling down.
That was beautiful. I wanted more. I wanted more.
Yeah, same.
Lovely. That was lovely, Catalyst. That was
Nice,
lovely
Catalyst.
delivery,
Thank you.
Yes.
They loved it, babe.
Thank you, Catalyst.
She wasn't
Sorry for the
prepared to
pressure.
perform, so then when we asked her, she kind of freaked out. She's very shy, but she's a very creative soul.
She's so good, though. Beautiful.
I know. Yo, the word. Yeah, I was talking to CP one day, and like we were going over a poem, or whatever, and then Catalyst started reading some of our and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you think I can write poetry?" Like, no, like my wife's the poet of the house. I'm just an asshole that can say a few words, you know, like it's but anyways,
What, four
yeah.
lines from Rumi?
Yeah. I was hoping that Gustav was gonna come back by now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just tie out the show like this, and I'm gonna say for Gustav, thank you so much for showing up to the premiere of Chaos Magic with Gustav Monday nights, hosted by Open Minds. We love and appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I think tonight was a huge success for an open mic, and you know, like we're all gonna have to send Gustav private messages afterwards because his internet seems to have kicked him out of the show. So yeah, good night. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you, guys. Have a
Happy
great night.
writing.
Y'all good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a
Beautiful.
Brilliant, brilliant
That's it,
premiere. Congratulations to all you got involved, all the backup work you gave him, what it took to start this, get it going, and put that whole thing together, and the beautiful flyer you made. You're always making beautiful flyers. So
You
just
see too how me and my wife did with our backgrounds, even just to, so like if one of us had to get up, there was just a little brain plant behind us.
that was sweet.
Well, I mean, you know, Gustav's been around with Open Mind since like the beginning, and he's brought a lot of wonderful poets. And so when we found out New Year wasn't doing the Monday nights, Gustav was like, I want to step up and fill that void. And he goes,
Boom.
do you have any tips for me? You know, you host a very successful open mic, you know, every Friday. Like, do you have any tips for me? And I was like, come do it under Open Minds. Because then you have to start a platform and everything, you know, and he's like, really? I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like,
I'm so glad because I told him
the list. I said, don't worry about nothing. I'll accept all the people into the room. I'll do the list. We'll host if you lose. Just focus on doing your show, and he did
so
great.
Grateful.
We did
so
a test run yesterday, which I think a few people in the room here were even at the test run, and we threw every issue that like a host could be faced with, and we really tested his grit. Shocky was there too.
Yeah, Shocky was telling me some of the things she said. I wish I'd been there. Yeah, wow.
It was. We ran him through the paces, right? Because I wanted him to feel confident and secure, and that's why I said too, just focus on the hosting for the night, and I'll handle all the back end stuff. Because it's hard, I do it all on Fridays. So I wanted to make sure that he had, and everyone showed up, and it was just a wonderful night. So I just want to thank you guys for that, and yeah, big props to Vegas. I'm gonna be calling him hopefully when his internet kicks back on, and let him know how good of a job he did. But yeah, I love y'all. I hope we see y'all on Friday. This 22nd we have.
Don't forget to save the chat. He's gonna love that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm gonna send him the chat. He has access to the videos, the chat, everything. Because we added.
No, but you because he dropped out, he will not have the whole chat. You do.
Yeah. You have to save. It's saved on the Zoom cloud.
No, but you have to click
even if
save
I drop
chat.
out.
You have to click save chat before you leave to get the entire thing.
Not me, because
I don't know. Okay.
It's saved in the cloud. I can download individual audio files from each participant.
Okay.
I have access to all of the files, all the
All
chat.
right. Look
at Nemo's over there laughing because he knows computers. He's like, yeah, like he's got everything. Trust me. Like, yeah, I got it all. But yeah, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for showing up to this. This Friday on Open Minds, we have Lantern Carrier featuring just before the holidays. On the 22nd, this Friday. Lantern Carrier is gonna be featuring, so make sure y'all tune in for that. And then I guess what is Monday Christmas? The day after Christmas or
Monday's Christmas, I think.
Christmas Monday. So we'll be here. No, we're still gonna. Remember, he said that he was down. He's not doing nothing. We're still gonna be here, holidays or not. So
love it.
For those that don't have anything to do on Christmas, we'll be here hosting it. I might be hosting it from my phone because we might be. Oh, and then New Year's Day Friday.
Thomas.
Oh,
Thomas, I did mention to Gustav when he started. He goes, he wasn't sure he was able to do it because he might have had to make an investment in the Zoom. I said, I have a paid Zoom, so if you need a backup,
we added it. No, we have a paid Zoom, and we just
I'm glad. I would have never been able to do all the shit that you did with the.
I pulled it off in 3 days.
I'm so happy.
Flyers and brought them up to speed. We even did a test run yesterday and put it through the paces.
Yeah, I mean, I was willing to throw it in there, but with all you did,
if you would like to donate to us, that would be helpful.
I live on a stipend. I will do what I can. You still got to send me your address for the book, though.
Are you gonna send me a book?
Gotta send me the address. No address, no book. That's the deal. That was my love. That was.
I will be emailing you my address as soon as I
get
So where do we donate then,
send it to
Thomas?
both of you.
If you would like to donate, if you have Cash App, if you're in the U.S., you can donate to that. But let me pull up the
Venmo's the free one, right?
Yeah. Well, we're in Canada, so it costs money to transfer it. So like the easiest way
really?
for like yeah. So the easiest way for us is almost if you donate to Catalyst on PayPal, because then we'll get it without having to transfer it.
Yeah, but you gotta do it like a friend.
Yeah.
How do you spell catalyst?
Hold on, I got the
Katllyst.
Yeah, it's KG.
Did
I got the.
You get it right?
I think this link pulls it up to the donate thing. If not, it's Catalyst 133.
Y'all don't have Cash App?
I have Cash App. You can do it on Cash App too. The Cash App is $, low key 116. Oh,
I haven't used it a long time. I think I might have a nickel. Cash App doesn't keep money in it. It just goes debit, Cash App, right to your debit, right?
Or however you can have it in Cash App too. They even trade stocks and stuff in Cash App.
Oh, okay.
But they don't have it in Canada. So. Yeah.
Creative Melt. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Catalyst Creative Melt.
Right.
But yeah, and then check out
Katallyst. Someone asked. Katallyst.
Got it.
133. That one.
No, right here. Oh, and I forgot the L in the I'm stupid.
Here, I'll put it in there for you for the people that.
This was the Cash App one.
If they forget, and they gotta go. If they gotta Google it.
That's the Cash App one. I fucked up before the caps lock was on, and then when I typed it without the caps lock, I forgot the L. The Cash App is $ low key 116 LOKE 116 for Cash App.
So is the third one or the first?
The last one is the correct one.
Capital L. See it? Okay, low key.
Yeah. I had caps lock on when I typed it, and then I looked and I was like, wait, that don't look right. Here, let me. Yeah, that's the Cash App, and then the PayPal is the Catalyst. And we appreciate everybody. We get like put every cent I get and stuff back into this and to keep it running for everybody, because I just appreciate the art really and the motivation and inspiration that I get from everyone every week. And now that we got the Monday night show with Megas, that's awesome. I don't have to host. I can just sit back and enjoy the show,
read.
Yeah, and you guys get to hear me read more. Usually on Fridays, I'll read one poem at the beginning of the night.
Now you're one of us.
And then everyone shows up. Yeah, and then everyone shows up, and everyone misses, the poem. So yeah, you guys will get to hear some more from me. And
liberating. Liberating.
And it's fun too because it's like I get another night to hang out with my people, with my family. So I like it.
Right, but y'all, I must be bidding y'all farewell for the night, man. I love y'all, man. All perfect night tonight, man. Word
Good
up.
to hear your work.
Yeah, I'm
Good night,
excited for your
everybody.
feature. Oh,
it was always good to see you, Murry. Thank you for making me smile.
Yeah, Murry, thank you so much for showing up. We love you so much. Thank you for showing up.
I can only
Haze
see her.
too. Yeah, I was blinking in and out of existence. All right. Murry, thank you so much for showing up tonight. I love your poetry. I love your delivery, your performance. It's just amazing.
Thank you.
And
It's nice to hang out here.
Yeah. Well, we're here Fridays and Mondays now, so make it when you
Word.
can.
I'll be on
Peace.
Peace.
We love y'all.
Take care.